which is why you should try Ziprecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Ziprecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, Ziprecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hartley Wilcox here from Wilcox Family Farms. I've really enjoyed meeting so many of you at our recent egg demo events. I'm often asked, are omega-3 eggs really better for you? They sure are. Omega-3 eggs are an incredible source of natural omega-3s, providing on average 3 times that of other eggs. Eating omega-3 eggs promotes strong bones and joints and is proven to reduce cholesterol and blood pressure. Choose Wilcox Family Farms eggs today. Locally fresh since 1909.
Take your business to the next level in 2025 with help from WFed Bank. WFed Bank's business accounts and cash flow tools get you paid in hours, not weeks, so you can grow your business and meet your goals. You need a best bank. Visit WFedBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Dozens of Texas Democratic lawmakers have fled the state to deny a quorum to Republicans, hoping to push through a redistricting plan. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is hosting several in her state.
I hosted them at the governor's residence early this morning to make sure they're well fed with New York food.
Legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the Republican redistricting plan likely would survive court challenges.
Drawing district lines so that a party either keeps or increases power, those particular claims are not something called justiciable by federal courts, meaning the Supreme Court has said don't come to a federal judge with a legal claim that a line or a number of lines are a political gerrymander.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has ordered the Democratic lawmakers back to the state by 3 p.m. today. President Trump said today he will substantially raise tariffs on India if it continues to buy Russian oil. He posted on Truth Social, India doesn't care how many people in Ukraine are being killed by what he called the Russian war machine. He'd already imposed a 25% tariff on India and said it would face an unspecified penalty for buying Russian oil. Switzerland said today it's ready to make an offer to the U.S. to avoid steep tariffs of 39%. In Gaza, more Palestinians died trying to get food aid. Reporter Robert Berger has more on the outrage that followed videos of 2 hostages struggling with hunger.
Hamas says it is willing to allow the Red Cross to visit these hostages if Israel opens a humanitarian corridor to all of Gaza and doesn't conduct airstrikes during the visits by the Red Cross.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said today he will convene a cabinet meeting later this week to decide how to proceed in Gaza. Vicki Barker reports a boat carrying migrants has capsized off the coast of Yemen. At least 68 people are confirmed dead.
The UN's International Organization for Migration, or IOM, says 157 people were on board the vessel, most would-be migrants from Ethiopia. Only 32 have been rescued so far.
The extreme weather in Europe continues, from brutal heat in Spain and Portugal to an unusually fierce storm in the UK, which has disrupted travel.
What can we do? The weather, there's nothing we can do about that, is there?
A bit stuck in no man's land.
High winds disrupted train services and toppled trees in Scotland and northern England. The storm is called Florence. On Wall Street, stocks are bouncing back after last week's losses because of the jobs report. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Gunfire in Seattle's Soto district. The story coming up at first. KIRO Radio News traffic. In Seattle, a disabled vehicle is blocking a lane in the I-5 northbound express lanes. Remember, those express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that's putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel times southbound are about as good, though, as we've seen since construction began weeks ago. Linwood to Seattle will take you 47 minutes, about 9 longer than usual. Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 62 minutes, only a handful of minutes longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Police are investigating 2 deadly shootings that happened in the city's Soto neighborhood just a couple of hours apart. This man tells KIRO 7 TV he heard gunfire around 4 a.m. yesterday.
I'd estimate like maybe 30-something gunshots because it sounded like there was multiple weapons involved.
Officers say they found a teenager who'd been shot in the leg and a man with a gunshot wound to the chest. The man died. A couple of hours later, officers found a man dead in a parking lot. It's unclear if the shootings are connected. A vigil was held yesterday for 28-year-old LeBron Javon, who was fatally shot outside a church in Seattle's University District last week.
We're not going to allow the devil to write the next chapter.
Police tell KIRO 7 TV they believe it was a targeted attack. The church is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Seattle police are searching for an arsonist after 5 suspicious fires last week, including one that badly damaged a Columbia City funeral home. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha reports.
Nita Borja Martin died in mid-July due to colon cancer. Her family understand that. What they do not understand is why anyone would set fire to the funeral home that was set to honor and celebrate her life. Christian Martin admits Columbia Funeral helped them find alternate sites, but says it should never have come to that.
I don't get why some of you would do that, to be honest with you.
This family, already processing a loss of their loved one, say they nearly lost the chance to truly say goodbye.
The interim director of one of Washington state's largest health agencies says because of federal cuts to Medicaid, it's facing a budget shortfall and layoffs are unavoidable. The healthcare authority manages Apple Health and other programs for nearly 2.7 million people across the state. The Washington State Standard reports it's unclear just how many jobs could be lost. Mariners superstar Julio Rodriguez makes history.
It is gone!
Yesterday, he became the first player in MLB history to hit 20 home runs and steal 20 bases in the first 4 years of their careers. His 20th home run yesterday came in the 4th inning in the game against Texas. The M's beat the Rangers 5-4. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, August 4th. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. And wait a minute. Hold up. This is birthday week for Ursula. That's right. All week long in preparation of a milestone birthday for Ursula. So here's what we're going to do. You know how they do the 12 days before Christmas and all that good stuff? Here's what we're going to do this week. Y'all know she's not going to work on her birthday on Friday. So Monday, which is today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I need all your help. You got to text in or on the YouTube. Hey, YouTube, how y'all doing? You have to text in one thing you love about Ursula every day for the next 4 days.
Okay, I don't want it to be a chore. If you have time.
What you mean if you got time? You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry about me.
Don't worry. I'm just, they're going to do it all week long. That one thing. All right. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. Hey, we have a super packed show for you. Of course, I'm going to say that. Yeah, 40 million people are expected to visit Seattle this year. Did you know that? Some tourists, though, think they are going to be walking into a war zone. So coming up at 9:30, how bad is the social media version of the city, and what's the truth behind the riots, Antifa, and the Seattle Free? So we want you to be a part of that conversation. Our KIRO News Radio text line is open for you to weigh in. 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Bat Fitter Northwest.
And as you heard in Heather's newscast, Seattle police are investigating 2 deadly shootings in the Soto neighborhood just hours apart. One of the victims was a young person. The first shooting happened around 4 a.m. on Sunday. A man was shot in the chest and a teen was hit in the leg. Both were taken to Harborview, where the man later died, and the younger victim is expected to survive. Police say the violence stemmed from what they're calling an unauthorized and unregulated gathering. One man was brought in for questioning, but as of last check, they haven't said whether he's a suspect. Guns were found at the scene. Then, just after 6 o'clock in the morning, another man was found shot multiple times just about a mile and a half away, and he was lying next to a wrecked sports car. He died at the scene. And again, police not saying if the 2 shootings are connected. So far, no suspects in custody. On the Gee and Ursula show on Friday, Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell said they are making progress getting guns out of the wrong hands, but he said there's still more work to do.
My place are getting almost 5.5 guns off the streets a day, thousands of guns per year. We are very aggressive on trying to keep people safe.
Gee, I have to say, on social media this weekend, one of our listeners tagged us on a Facebook post about these shootings and took issue with us for not going along with the premise that Seattle is a hellhole and the city is dying. And so I guess the one question I have to ask as we react to the story about these shootings is, are we wrong for not harping more about how bad things are in the city?
No, we are not. You know what? Okay, let's do this, Ursula. And I don't need you to answer. I'm just going to bring it out there. If people, some of the same people, always complain about how bad Seattle is, I want you to tell me which city in the United States that you would want Seattle to be more like. Which city in the United States is thriving?
They're doing similar size.
Similar size, economically, public safety. Let's talk about it all. What city out there? That's number one. Number two, there is always going to be folks that want to talk about the glass being half empty. There's somebody right now in your life, at your job. Every time you talk to them, it's always gloom and doom. As a matter of fact, when you see the call come, you debate whether or not you want to answer it because that person is always negative.
They're going to get you in a bad mood.
Exactly. Now, I don't want to, while I'm giving my points, I don't want to dismiss that the tragedy that happened over the weekend, the 2 people who have lost their lives.
Still happening too often.
And it's always sad, and I'm glad. I'm glad that we're talking about it because, you know what, Ursula, there used to be a point in time that I used to say, I don't want to be talking about this. Yes, I want to talk about it because what it does is number one, it reminds us that it's still happening. We don't want any more to happen. And the goal is for nobody to lose their life. The goal is for it to be perfect. Mm-hmm. So, yes, we'll continue to talk about it.
Well, and one of the things that I got to remind you is that the new data from the King County Prosecutor's Office does show that gun violence is actually down countywide. And we talked about this last week that in the second quarter, so now we're not in the second quarter anymore, so these numbers and this horrible thing that happened over the weekend is going to reflect in the third quarter. But the second quarter of this year saw the lowest number of shots fired since 2021. Again, any shots fired, any fatal shootings, any shots fired into property, although the numbers are going down, it's still too much. Mm-hmm. It is absolutely still too much. And I was curious as to, well, why does it feel like maybe it's worse than it is? And we just have to remind ourselves that when things are going well, and you mentioned it to the mayor, talk about the things that are going well, because we only bring up things when things are going bad. But when you talk about incidents involving kids or bystanders or chaotic scenes like the weekend shootings in Soto, of course we're going to bring it up in the headlines.
Again, we have seen examples of people that will fire and let go of people that are displaying the numbers. Mike Sullen, right, when it comes to the numbers going down, they want to question that then. But they don't question the numbers when it looks bad. Think about that for a second. When the numbers for the job report in June, Donald Trump praised the numbers during that time. But then when the numbers came out last week, he didn't like the numbers and he didn't like the messenger of those numbers. One last thing to say. There are people that are hell-bent on promoting the negative because the negative is what sells.
That is true. Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to give you a negative story. Because you actually brought this one up. Washington just lost more construction jobs than any other state in the past year. So this is according to the Puget Sound Business Journal. 11,300 construction jobs disappeared between June of 2024 and June of this year. A third of those losses were right here in the Puget Sound region. So what is behind this slump? Experts say developers are tapping the brakes. Banks are tightening up when it comes to lending. But there is another factor that we are really high on the list, and that is remote work. So with fewer people commuting downtown, Seattle's office vacancy rate has climbed to nearly 30%, and that is one of the highest in the country. And it means that there are a whole lot of unused or underused office spaces. And, well, when that happens, do you think if you're a developer, do you want to keep building? Because you remember when we used to, I don't know if it was bragging, but point out how many cranes you could see?
We say that all the time.
It's been a while, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So while commercial projects are slowing down, though, housing prices are still climbing, and Seattle now ranks third in the country for median home sale price at nearly $900,000, and we're only behind San Francisco and Southern California.
You want to know what doesn't help?
What doesn't help?
In this article, remote work.
Remote work, exactly.
Right now, remote work office vacancies in Seattle are nearing 30% right now, right? So when you don't have that work, right, then you have this possibility of those that are developers and construction and all those things, they don't have the work. So
the question would be then, I guess if we bring up the remote work, but before you guys know where I stand on this whole thing, I think we're better when we are working in person, unless you have a job that really does not make a difference when it comes to that remote work.
You know I changed on this, right?
How'd you change?
Microsoft. It pissed me off.
What part?
Fill
it in for me.
I mean, they just had $25 billion in profit while they are still laying off people. So that thing really did something to me. And what it did is like, hey, come on together, collaborate, come on in. Where there's people that says, nah, gee, what's up with the work-life balance? And to which I say, well, you got to get to work. And now I see people getting to work, right? Or work from home, all those things. And so I don't see the commitment to our employees like I want to see. So I've kind of loosened my stance on the work from home, Ursula. I'm sorry. That's what that did it to me. Like, that really bothered me. And I don't know if it bothers other people. 15,000?
But if we're talking about nearly 30% vacancy rate just in Seattle alone, I don't know. Well, then we need to either get super creative about what to do with those vacant office spaces, or starting with city and county government, have a stronger mandate when it comes to ending remote policies.
Why do we always chuckle? Why do we always chuckle when it comes to city and county government?
Because we know a few things. We've observed a few things when it comes to that. Okay, well, I'd love to hear from all of you. 888-973-5476, 888-973. KIRO, when you hear that now. Well, one of the things that the mayor brought up in your conversation on Friday when he was on our show is making it easier for developers too, right? I mean, you talked about lack of affordable housing, and one of the things that he said was, yeah, we're trying to find ways to streamline. But again, I would argue too, I mean, you need to have all hands on deck to make streamlining process that much more smooth, I would imagine.
No doubt.
Okay, so let's talk about what is the middle class in Seattle. And this is prompted by an article by the Seattle Times FYI guy, Gene Balk, because it's getting harder and harder to define what exactly is middle class when it comes to Seattle. Nationally, a household earning between $50,000 and $100,000 is typically considered middle class. But that kind of income might barely cover the basics in the Seattle area. So new census data from 2023 shows only 21% of Seattle households fall into that $50,000 to just under $100,000 bracket. That is actually one of the lowest shares among America's 50 biggest cities. In fact, for every 100 middle-income households in Seattle, there are nearly 280 households making over $100,000. So that stat puts us just behind San Jose and San Francisco when it comes to skewing toward higher earners. And then when it comes to Seattle households making six figures or more, nearly 60%. So that makes, again, the third highest share in the country, again, trailing only San Jose and San Francisco, big high-tech cities. Mm-hmm. And those earning less than $50,000, only 22% of households fall into that category, meaning Seattle has very truly low-income or traditional middle-income households left. So does that all worry you? With the national median income around $77,000, I mean, you know in Seattle that's, and I'm going to not just say Seattle, I would say almost Seattle area. Mm-hmm. That's really hard to get by on.
In 2024, CEO pay at the S&P 500 companies, they saw a 10% increase in pay. Their packages usually include about $17.1 million in pay. Earlier this morning, I was talking to you and Chef, because sometimes I think that my words are as if I dislike people being rich. No, I don't. I don't dislike people being rich. What I dislike is a CEO sometimes at these companies making 1,200% more than their employee. I have a big problem with that. And the reason why we are seeing the middle class go away is because we are continuing to allow so many people to be worth $50+ billion, $100 billion. I am not degrading what they have done for work, all of their accomplishments. I'm sure they work hard, all of those things. I'm sorry, but you have employees that work hard too. And when you have employees across the country that are not keeping up with pay, you get this topic that you're talking about.
Well, on that note, one of the reasons why the middle class could be shrinking so rapidly in Seattle, Business Insider just got hold of Microsoft's internal pay guidelines, and some of the numbers are just astounding, especially for people working in AI. So at the very top, Microsoft offers its most senior engineers a base salary of up to $408,000 a year. But that's just a start. Some of those hires can also get a stock award worth nearly $2 million on day one, plus more than $1 million in yearly stock bonuses. So again, if you're trying to find out, like, why is it that we have so many rich folk here? I mean, again, this is according to Business Insider, where they got the internal pay guidelines. So just even middle-level engineers rake in salaries between $150,000 and $235,000. And up to $220,000 in stocks hit the bank immediately. So that actually is small potatoes if you compare to what Meta is handing out. OpenAI CEO says Meta has offered AI engineers signing bonuses worth $100 million. Is this real? One top engineer reportedly got a total compensation package worth more than $200 million.
It's real. Real money.
I think this is the first time you used that sound effect.
Yes, it is.
You know, I know this is a time where you all think that I'm going to say that I dislike the amount of money that they're making. At this time, no. At this time, considering where we are seeing and what we have seen with AI, when we have text messages from some that text in and says, hey, I am working on my replacement. That's my job every day. I'm going into work every day to work. Yeah, that's true. To work on our replacement. So if you are at Microsoft or any of these jobs, please get your money. I'm celebrating you get your money because AI is coming for a lot of tech jobs.
It's true. Now, just the combination of stories that we had this morning. We were talking about it's harder and harder to define middle class. Yet I know that people who are in that middle bracket, and I was just having a conversation at our family reunion yesterday where you feel like so much of the burden is carried by the shrinking middle class. And remember how we used to always talk about the middle class as the backbone of America? Mm-hmm. And it feels like every story we talk about, that wealth gap is just getting bigger and bigger. And I, for one, don't think it is a good thing when we talk about a city or an area like the Puget Sound region only being for the rich.
Ursula, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I gave you a very simple example of how it happens. If you and I, if we own a car repair shop, right, and we have the one Ferrari or Lamborghini that comes like once every 3 to 6 months, but we have a whole bunch of Toyotas and Hondas that are coming in all the time. That's the middle class. The high end, right? They're not really coming that much. That's business right there. So when you don't have the middle class that are going out there eating, taking trips, doing all those things, that's when you have a hit to the economy. All right, good stuff, Ursula. Hey, remember, it's birthday week. It's milestone week for Ursula. She turns another age. But hey, coming up next.
Wait, hold it. Melinda in Bellevue said, one thing I like about Ursula is she is real. Yeah, I turned a certain age. I turned 60. I'm going to own every single year of that 60.
Let's go. 6-0. Hey, coming up at 9:47, the Zeekend happened this weekend. Isaiah Thomas, 10th annual ProAm basketball tournament. We get to talk about that. Up next, what is the real Seattle? We'll explain next. Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
You still have 40 million plus vehicles globally that are driving around with a potential ticking time bomb, a grenade in either their steering wheel or their dashboard. When we look to what injuries may have transpired from a defective airbag, we generally see loss of vision in an eye, or we see facial lacerations. We also see hearing loss. Unfortunately, we started seeing death after death after death. When that passenger airbag exploded, it basically degloved his entire face. He lost his nose, he lost his right eye. The type of catastrophic injuries that one is more accustomed to seeing in a Hollywood movie, not something from a device in an automobile that's supposed to protect you. Morgan & Morgan has a national reach in terms of handling and prosecuting cases. Notwithstanding the team of lawyers that we have collected that focus only on product liability day in and day out.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's. We help, you save.
Man, look at that Return of the Old King, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The vegan? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
It may be the most noble profession.
Come on.
It's the work of heroes.
Heroes?
You want to live without plumbing?
Well, no.
Then you need plumbers.
Right.
Thing is, so do I.
You need plumbers.
Smiles, actually.
Smiling plumbers?
Or someone who smiles and wants to become an Apollo plumber.
A smile. That's what it takes?
Skills are something we can teach.
Sure.
But a positive attitude comes from within.
That's a big part of being an Apollo plumber.
The biggest part.
What else?
A desire to learn and serve.
Just like every Apollo plumber.
As they learn, so shall they earn.
Earn?
Apollo plumbers can earn 6 figures.
Enough to make me smile.
We believe you get what you give.
Give a smile.
And Apollo service.
Get a smile.
A well-paid smile.
Driving one of those big blue Apollo trucks.
That's the goal.
Does seem pretty noble.
It's important, satisfying work.
And you're looking now?
There's always room for another smile around here.
On the Apollo Plumbing team.
Apply at apolloplumbing.com.
It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
For over 50 years, Buc-ee's has provided oil changes, brakes, factory service, and more with expertise and good old-fashioned customer service. No appointment needed, friendly financing available. Visit Buc-ee's.com.
Hi, it's John Curley. You know, I've been a patient of Longevity Medical Clinic since 2009, and Longevity Medical Clinic has been helping people live longer, healthier lives for more than 25 years. You know what's amazing, Doctor? The feelings that you have after just a couple of months. You sleep better. Your strength and vitality, it is evident that it works. It's really a mindset, though, Dr. Mixon, because a lot of people, well, this is what's supposed to happen.
Let us help you be stronger, faster, leaner, smarter, sexier, but most important, happier. I'm less impressed by how many years I might live, but how much I live during my years. You know, the option is here. Nobody's going to make you go to longevity. But the opportunity is there, and all you have to do is take advantage of it. I don't know why anybody would not want to do what we do.
And that's where Longevity Medical Clinic comes in. So get your free health analysis. Go to longevitymedicalclinic.com. That's longevitymedicalclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A young girl from Gaza who lost both her legs during an airstrike is now being cared for in Seattle. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports from SeaTac Airport, where the girl and her family were welcomed.
She's one of 11 children the group Heal Palestine has brought to the States. Now, we call up with an organizer with the group. They want to do whatever they can to help out the children impacted by this war.
We want to focus on their care and giving them the kind of life that they all deserve to live.
We know she'll be getting medical treatment in our area. They wouldn't tell us exactly which hospital, just a Seattle area hospital, as a way to respect the privacy of Siva and her family.
The Washington State Health Department says 7 people at the Tacoma ICE Detention Center are being treated for suspected tuberculosis. So far, none of the cases has been confirmed. The lung disease is contagious, though only through prolonged close contact with an infected person. Health officials are checking specimens to see if the cases are linked. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem wants more ICE detention centers like Florida's Alligator Alcatraz. CBS's Nicole Skanga spoke with her.
She hopes to launch really a handful of these detention centers in multiple airports and jails in the coming months. Potential sites are already under consideration in, get this, Arizona, Nebraska, and Louisiana.
President Trump directed Republicans in Texas to redraw their congressional maps to give Republicans an edge in the midterm elections. But Texas Democratic lawmakers left the state over the weekend to prevent a vote on the new map. The governor has ordered them to return. Boeing employees who helped build fighter jets are on strike. The 3,200 workers in Missouri and Illinois rejected the latest proposal from the company.
Most companies will not give pensions anymore. It'd be nice to help increase the 401k.
Boeing says the agreement would have boosted wages by an average of 40%. Kent-based Blue Origin launched 6 more space tourists from Texas early yesterday. Gokam Erdem was one of the crew members.
We had a great time. The black space is amazing. And I want to thank everyone. It was great. Thank you very much for everything. I love Earth.
The highest profile passenger was Justin Sun. He's a 34-year-old billionaire who founded the blockchain platform Tron. The mission was the 34th overall flight of Blue Origin's New Shepard vehicle. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 468 points. NASDAQ ahead 367. KIRO Radio News traffic in Tacoma. Firefighters are partially blocking a ramp on State Route 16 near South Union Avenue. Food left on the stove. Fire is out. Rigs should be moving along shortly. In Seattle, a disabled vehicle is blocking a lane on the I-5 northbound express lanes at Mercer Street. Those express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge this is all putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel times southbound aren't really that bad right now, though. Linwood to Seattle, 37 minutes. That's about 12 longer than usual. Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 51 minutes, also about 12 minutes longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday to all of you. How are you feeling about this change in weather? Yesterday, I actually had to put a jacket on.
Love it.
You love it?
I could smell fall yesterday.
Oh, my gosh,
It was
yes.
about 6:30 p.m. yesterday.
But we're not supposed to smell fall when we're also watching the Blue Angels.
What you talking about?
Yeah, that's too early. That's way too early.
What's my favorite season?
I know fall. I know football, fall, sweaters. Okay, cuddling. Okay, let's talk about tourism, because Seattle is going to welcome in over 40 million visitors this year alone. But many of them are going to be showing up with a lot of baggage, and we're not talking about your Louis Vuitton rolling kind. We're talking about what they've heard on social media or read on social media and certain corners of cable news. A lot of out-of-towners are landing at SeaTac Airport, and they're thinking they're going to be stepping into an area that is overrun by riots and political unrest and angry loners. And this is straight out of the Seattle Times, because the question is, what is Seattle? What is the real Seattle? One anxious traveler recently posted on TripAdvisor asking, is the riot bad right now? So they were going to have a visit during the same week as a protest against ICE downtown, and apparently that was enough to trigger some panic.
Yeah. So whenever I go up to Skagit County up north, I go there quite often. I always get to, sometimes, gee, you better be careful up there, right? And so,
when you go up to Skagit County?
Yeah, we go up to Skagit County.
Okay.
Gee, I don't know. Baby.
Oh, because they might not be so welcoming to you.
Right,
they're saying.
right.
This is what they're saying, which is
right. It's
not true.
It's not true.
Yes.
It's ignorant, right? So they say those things because of either A, what they have heard, but usually it never comes from a place of, hey, gee, I've been to Skagit County and this area specifically. So my point is when you hear those that talk about how bad Seattle is and all of the things going on, here's an exercise. Ask them, oh, is it? When you go to Seattle, where do you go? Mm-hmm. Where do you go? If they tell you 3rd and Pine, if they mention 3rd Avenue or 12th and Jackson,
those areas are bad.
They are. But where'd that talking point come from?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So a lot of times we're hearing these things. So the real Seattle, I'll tell you what the real Seattle is. Ursula, the real Seattle is a very inclusive place for all. We got something for everybody, right? I think that Seattle, when you come here, there's an area where you will feel welcomed in all parts of Seattle.
For me, the real Seattle, I'm reminded of how wonderful it is when I have out-of-town visitors. And right now I have a lot of them.
Yeah, you do.
And so I told you last week that we went on Wednesday to U Village and watched a free outdoor concert. By the way, there's another one, and it's the Earth, Wind, and Fire
you were saying
cover
Earth,
band.
Wind, and Fire?
They're coming on Wednesday, so we're going to be there. Y'all should show up.
Shocker.
I know, but what I'm saying is have people from out of town come and enjoy this region with you. And sometimes they will remind you of how lucky you are. Because we take so much of it for granted. Now, is there too much graffiti? Yes. And that is one of the first things that they're going to see. And I still think it gives you a horrible impression, and we still need to do better with that. Is there too much crime? Yeah, it sucks. But it's getting better. Again, we've said this ad nauseum now. The statistics say it's getting better. It's not done, though, and we still have a lot of work to do. We just had 2 deadly shootings yesterday in a short amount of time. It's still happening too much. But again, and you're saying yes because you recently had a visitor who was pointing out to you all the amazing things.
You nailed it. Have someone come and visit you from out of town and watch what they say. And you're right. My cousin was just in awe. Like, he's born and raised in Chicago. He lives in Minnesota right now. This is his first time in Seattle. Think about the first time you yourself. Now, maybe if you were born here, okay, maybe not. If you were not born in the Seattle area, text us. Tell us about the first time you came to the Pacific Northwest. What's the first thing you said? Oh, my goodness, everything's so green, right? Oh, my goodness.
Look at all this water.
Look at the air. You can bring, like, people love it when they come here.
Yeah, go to the market. Oh, my gosh. The market is still great. It's still a fun place to be. Now, there are some other things that pop up and that don't paint Seattle in a great picture. Seattle ranks #1 in the country for people reporting that they feel lonely. So, again.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, so, well,
I don't have no answer to that.
Well, and I don't know if it's how many people we have still working remotely.
Is that the tech bros? Are they messing up these numbers? Tech bros and them, they lonely.
I'd argue that the real Seattle is community. I mean, there's so much going on in the city. If you just take a look at the newspaper from over the weekend and what was going on with Seafair, all the different stuff. There's what was it? The odd man contest in Cal Anderson Park. There is so much going on. Just go out and get in it. And Ursula, I spent the last week up in Canada, in Victoria, in Souk. Very nice places. And I got to say, there was a decent amount of graffiti there. I almost sent you pictures.
Are you serious?
Yes. And you know what? There are homeless people in Victoria. And what that is a reflection is of the housing market, how expensive it is to live there, and also the fact that people want to live there. I mean, Seattle is not unique in its issues, and I'd argue that any city that does not have any kind of grit to it is a city without a soul. And Seattle has a soul. It always has.
It's true. 360 texted in, gas prices are not getting better. You're right. That is one thing that is absolutely awful.
Have we ever talked about gas prices on the show?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Yeah, and I think our gas taxes are way too high. Not just Seattle, but statewide, obviously. Here's another factoid, though.
What's that?
If you are someone who identifies as conservative or you're not a fan of liberal-leaning areas, 78% of Seattleites identify as Democrats or lean Democratic, making it one of the most progressive cities in the country. And I think that is why on certain channels or certain, talking heads will just always be pointing out how awful it is. But again, I think if you want an eye-opener, bring someone from out of town and have them enjoy the city.
Sean in Arlington says, yeah, G, it is us tech bros. Confirmed. All right, you said it, Sean. Hey, coming up next, Tacoma. What a beautiful weekend I had. Yeah, I do live in Tacoma. But I want to tell you specifically where I was, what I saw, and how great it was. I'll explain what happened in Tacoma next. Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
My friends at Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington alone. And to celebrate, Bathfitter is offering monthly payments as low as $125 a month. So I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. And if you are not familiar with Bathfitter and what they do, they can give you a custom fit tub or shower, and they're installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. We had a beautiful bathroom installed. After hearing so many people talk about Bathfitter, we had it done ourselves. Our mother-in-law has a house that we were going to put on the market for rent, and we needed to get it done very quickly. And so, of course, I chose Bathfitter, and we were able to get everything done, and the outcome was gorgeous. A beautiful new bathroom in a bathroom that hadn't been updated since the house was built, like in the 1950s, and it just turned out so beautifully. If you are in the market right now, you're tired of that grimy old tub, call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation, because, again, they are celebrating with monthly payments as low as $125 a month, but this special offer won't last.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
And now, Tales of Another Way. You've got your same old playlist, but another song about a breakup is just a downer. 2 minutes in your music app, and now you're groovin', man. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Tolling begins soon, and you can save $2 per toll with a Good to Go pass. Get a free sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Cold leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Are you worried about economic conditions, tariffs, and inflation? Are you tired of trying to time the stock market? Maybe it's time to take a little risk off the table given current market volatility. For stability, there's no better option than Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, a fixed return of 9%. Hi, I'm Scott Rurucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. We've been running local real estate investment funds for over 18 years with zero investor losses, averaging double-digit returns since inception, and we also accept IRAs. Over 1,000 local investors have invested over $250 million in our Legacy family of funds. Feeling uneasy? Don't gamble your hard-earned money or risk your retirement. Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, returning 9%, has limited openings for new investors right now.
Call 425-635-4700 or visit LegacyG.com. That's LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Legacy investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
I need an apology. Ursula needs an apology. A lot of you need an apology. And in the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to get to the bottom of that. Yeah, it's happening in the 10 o'clock hour, about 10:30 or so. So I just want to let you know that that's going to be happening. But right now, we do need to talk. Over the weekend, it was incredible. I pulled up to a very special event, Ursula. It was called the Zeekend. It is now the last dance for that. It has been 10 years that Isaiah Thomas, homegrown out of Tacoma, has put on for the city of Tacoma with his 2-day ProAm basketball tournament. It was at TCC, Tacoma Community College, over the weekend. If you all remember, Isaiah Thomas, 5'9", out of Curtis High School in University Place. He was a 3-time All Pac-10 honoree with the University of Washington, 2-time NBA All-Star. As a matter of fact, 2017, my man was cooking. He was 5th in the running for MVP. Well, he had his final and last two-day Pro-Am basketball tournament. They had stars all over the place. They had Jamal Crawford, of course, playing in it. You had Paolo Banchero. He showed up to it. Jackson Smith and Jigba, he was there. Ursula, it was a beautiful time. Real quick, I want to let you hear Isaiah Thomas getting a little emotional, talking about how much the community and the kids in Tacoma mean to him.
The support from you guys each and every year, the players that come in town, the coaches, and everybody who supports like, I'm super thankful, I'm forever grateful, and I appreciate it. This is the last basketball tournament, but we're gonna do something that's even bigger than basketball moving forward, and I want you guys to know this.
And Ursula, the reason why I am bringing this up is because I want to balance out what we talk about. I know a lot of times we have to get to the news, and in the news, unfortunately, when we talk about tragedies that happen in whether it's Seattle or Tacoma or anywhere else in this state, that gets talked about. But when you have a positive things that happen, we don't really talk about those things. And it was a gym packed full of people. And my favorite part, this is my favorite, but besides the 8 bags of M&Ms that I ate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Some about gymnasiums, popcorn, and peanut M&Ms, they get me airtime. But Lillian and I spent 5 hours in that gym. And my favorite was seeing the look on a bunch of kids. They were just so happy to be around these superstars.
Why are they ending this, though?
I don't know.
Is there going to be something to replace it?
He said there will be.
Yeah.
He didn't say what it was. He did mention about his sister, because he just lost his sister. He said there have been a lot of things that have been hard on his family, but this specific weekend was to honor his sister. So I don't specifically know as to why this would be the last one, but I got to tell you, I'm glad you asked that question, because when I was sitting there, I was thinking, man, why does this have to be the last one? It was beautiful. Like, I mean, it was just fantastic, and I just love how Jamal Crawford is always at the center and a part of something positive. Isaiah Thomas needs to get his flowers, because this was a beautiful time in Tacoma.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Hey, we have a couple more minutes, and this was actually in our top stories because something happened at SeaTac Airport. Can I bring that up?
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay,
Yeah.
So track star Sha'Carri Richardson is making headlines again, this time not for her performance on the track, but for an alleged domestic incident at SEA. So according to police, she was arrested Sunday night after an argument with her boyfriend. So this was not a week ago Sunday.
Yeah.
So she had an argument with her boyfriend, who's a fellow sprinter, Christian Coleman, and the report says surveillance video showed Sha'Carri pulling on Coleman's backpack, blocking his path, and then pushing him into a wall. And she also looked like she was throwing something at him, possibly a pair of headphones. And Coleman reportedly told officers he didn't want to press any charges. He said, like, just, let it go. But she was booked into the SCORE jail in Des Moines and released the next day. So she hasn't commented on that arrest. Neither has her agent. USA Track and Field say they're aware of the situation, but they're not offering any public response. But what is noticeable that just a few days after the incident, she was back on the track competing in the women's 100-meter prelims at the U.S. Championships in Eugene. Mm-hmm. And as the reigning world champion, she already has a guaranteed spot at the World Championships this fall in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a couple quick questions. Should someone this high profile, accused of domestic violence, still get to represent the country?
No, and this is further proof that men are victims in domestic violence, but unfortunately in society it's not taken serious. As a matter of fact, how often do men just not call anyone? This is a situation where this man does not want to press charges on her. The problem is that it's all on video what happened.
Mm-hmm. And Kate, now some people are going to say, well, wait a minute. She's accused. It is on video.
It's on video.
But she's accused but hasn't had her day in court. Does that matter? You think that she should not be able to represent Team USA?
I think that they should sit her out until they clear things up.
Yeah. Okay, text us.
If it was the other way around,
yeah, what would you be expecting?
Y'all be going crazy.
And the other question I have for you all, as you think about this, and let's bring it back. We'll bring it back later in the show. Mm-hmm. If you witnessed something like this at the airport, what would you have done?
Hypocrisy on my part.
You wouldn't have reported it?
I'd take it more serious if it was a man pushing a woman than I would if a woman pushing a man. I just told you I'm a hypocrite. I'm admitting to it.
Okay, text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Coming up next on the Gee and Ursula Show, are you ready to compete with driverless robo-taxis on the streets of Seattle? Gee and Ursula.
Gee and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker. KIRO News Radio has your chance to win a pregame sideline experience with G. Scott, plus 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs on August 15th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom of the right corner, and enter for your chance to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter on the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds. Do it every day, July 30th through August 4th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the luxe staples insiders swear by, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Dozens of Texas Democratic lawmakers fled the state in protest over a Republican redistricting plan. Reporter Trevor Sohaki has more from Dallas.
Texas, it's a state where they have 150 Texas House members. They need at least 100 to have a quorum. 51 of them left the state, leaving them with only 99 in the state right now. So they do not have a quorum. They broke quorum, and now the governor is saying he can remove them from their seats.
He's given them until 3 p.m. to return. That's when the Texas House is set to reconvene. President Trump is threatening India for buying Russian oil. He said on Truth Social, India doesn't care how many people are being killed by what he called Russia's war machine. CBS's Weijia Jiang at the White House.
The president has been warning that he was going to put secondary tariffs in place for any countries like India, Brazil, China that continue to purchase Russian oil, because he says Putin has not been doing anything to take steps to end the war in Ukraine.
Over the weekend, some Indian government officials had insisted that country would keep purchasing Russian oil despite Trump's threats. Russia said today it now no longer feels bound by the moratorium on short and medium-range missiles. It had already sent a veiled warning to Trump, as Vicky Barker reports.
Without naming names, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters, quote, everybody should be very, very cautious with nuclear rhetoric. This in response to President Trump's announcement that he's deployed 2 U.S. U.S. nuclear submarines to, quote, appropriate regions. That move itself followed a threatening tweet from former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Boeing employees who make fighter jets have walked off the job, rejecting a company offer. They say it doesn't reflect their time and dedication. Keith Gallup has been with the company for 10 years.
Get more vacation time faster, to have a little more time off for the family, and also to help increase our 401k.
The Gifford fire in Central California continues to burn, as Jason Allen reports.
Firefighters faced ferocious dark orange flames that raced up this steep hillside. Acres of dry brush, some up to 6 feet, fueled the walls of fire.
This is a very rapidly, fast-moving fire. It takes a lot of personnel to take on something of this size.
Air tankers dropping fire retardant dealt with winds fanning the erratic flames. Nearly 50,000 acres are scorched across Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties.
On Wall Street today, stocks are higher. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrials are up 552 points. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
How much a Bellevue mansion just sold for. The story coming up, but first, KIRO News Radio traffic. In Mount Vernon, it crashes blocking a lane on I-5 southbound at State Route 538. You're backed up for just a couple of blocks. In Auburn, watch out for the disabled vehicle on the State Route 18 westbound off-ramp to I-5. The express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that is putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel time, Linwood to Seattle, 37 minutes, about 16 longer than usual. Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 48 minutes, also about 16 minutes longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police are investigating 2 deadly shootings that happened just a couple of hours apart. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
2 Sunday morning shootings in Seattle's Soto district. Officers found a teenage boy shot in the leg, a man shot in the chest who later died. Then they found a man shot multiple times down the street who also died. Chief Sean Barnes says police are committed to preventing further incidents of gun violence. No arrests so far in either case. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A vigil yesterday for the man who was fatally shot outside the Pursuit Seattle Church in the University District last week in what police believe was a targeted attack. Neighbors tell KIRO 7 TV.
You can tell the community cares. You know, people really do care. It's just, how can that care change into positive change for the city and making it a safer place?
The church is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Seattle police are searching for an arsonist after 5 suspicious fires last week. One of the fires badly damaged a Columbia City funeral home. Services planned there for Tyler Martin's late mother had to be canceled. He tells KIRO 7 TV.
When I first found out about it, I kind of felt like it was a nightmare.
His family has had to move his mother's services to another location. A waterfront mansion in Bellevue just sold for $20.3 million. It belonged to Microsoft's chief technology officer, Jeffrey Johnson. He bought the home back in 2010 for just under $5 million. The Puget Sound Business Journal says the estate sits on Maidenbower Bay and spans nearly 9,000 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. The Bonnie Lake Sumner Little League team represented Washington well in the first game of the regional tournament happening in California. They were down early in their game yesterday afternoon against Alaska, but then the Bats came alive.
Eager also 11. Ground ball hit to second. Off the bell and into right field. A couple runs are going to score. And Washington takes the lead.
Washington with a 17-5 win. They take on Oregon tomorrow. The winner of the tournament that wraps up Friday goes to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania next week. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday, August 4th. And it also happens to be birthday week for Ursula. She is turning 60. Milestone. That's right. Big week, Ursula.
It is a big milestone. You know, when I started here at KIRO Radio, for those of you who've been with KIRO for a long time, I was 23 years old. So think about that. I mean, just try to comprehend that. That's why I have a hard time believing. Like, A, I'm still here, and B, I'm turning 60. But I just want to say, first of all, thank you to all of you who have texted in. And like I said, I don't want you to feel pressure to text in something nice, but it warms my heart and it makes me just love my job that much more.
The thing that stands out is there's two stories that we might not hear that will be popular in the future. The one story is, hey, my grandfather was an immigrant and came here with $5 in their pocket. Those stories are starting to go away. And I think you know why. The second story is, hey, I started a job at 23. I'm now getting ready to turn 60. That's 37 years. I don't know that that's going to be a popular thing in the future. It's not a popular thing now. But working for a company, 30, I don't think Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
They cannot relate to the idea of me staying
at one
here
place
so long.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. Hey, text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Before we get into our top stories at 10, today is your last chance to enter to win 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks play on Friday, August 15th. And I got to say, you're not just going to get tickets. You and your guests will get an exclusive pre-game experience hosted by our very own G.
Come on now.
Exactly. So you're going to be on the field for warm-ups just an hour before kickoff. And to enter, just open the KIRO Newsradio app and click the Win tab. And if you don't have the app, text app to 888-973-5476, and we're going to send you the link to download it.
All right, Ursula, what you got for us?
What's new at 10?
So this is a conversation that people are having quietly, or maybe not so quietly, given what's going on in the world. But now a Washington lawmaker is saying it out loud. And we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, but I want to bring it up again because I haven't had a chance to talk about it with you. So Congresswoman Maria Gluesenkamp-Perez says there needs to be a process to assess the mental fitness of our elected leaders. And we have seen a lot of times when you're wondering, like, how is this happening? For example, when Senator Mitch McConnell froze during a press conference, or the late Senator Dianne Feinstein asking the same question twice during a hearing, or President Biden stumbling during the debate, and Donald Trump having his share of head-scratching moments, from confusing Nikki Haley with Nancy Pelosi to that bizarre story about airports during the Revolutionary War. So the list goes on and on. It's not one party or the other, but the question is, should we have this cognitive test? So Gluesenkamp-Perez introduced an amendment this summer that would have allowed the House Ethics Committee to investigate complaints about lawmakers whose cognitive abilities might be slipping. It didn't pass, but she says she's bringing it back next year as a bill. What do you think?
No.
Why?
One fix would be let's only allow 2 terms for some of these folks. I don't want people being in. Look, we talk about President Biden all the time. No way in the world, no woman, man, or anyone should be serving for 50 plus years. And no. Do your time and then get out of it. Just like you have some positions here locally where you can only serve a certain amount of terms. That's 1. 2. The cognitive test, the reason why I'm saying no to that, because if you say yes to that, then do you want to do that in the private sector too? Do you all want to have cognitive tests for people at your job, or for city or county government? You want to have cognitive tests? You want to have somebody comes in every 2 to 3 years to do a test?
When it comes to a private company, that's the decision. You don't have to work for that private company. But when we're talking about people who are being elected, or the possibility of a cover-up when someone is not cognitively okay to serve in a position that affects all of us, I absolutely think. And you're talking about term limits. You're talking about term limits, which we don't have right now.
No. I know that, but I'm just saying that would help. But when it comes, would you want cognitive tests at city and county government today?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, but again,
you don't need them, though.
I'm talking about for elected office. Yeah, if you are talking about something that has a great impact, and this could be a basic cognitive test, but don't you want to know that someone is actually there and able to perform the necessities of this particular job? I mean, if someone's going to fly a plane, they need to take certain tests. If someone is going to, if someone is going to be in a position that has a tremendous impact on all of our lives and has the ability to be in that position for a long time, long before they should be, I would be okay with it.
So okay, I'll make sure I got this straight. If someone has Alzheimer's, if they have it, are you guys saying get rid of them out of politics right now? So if they have been elected right now, 2 weeks later, a month later, come to find out they've just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, you're saying they got to go?
Yes.
There's a big difference also between having a diagnosis and being progressed to the point where you can't pass a cognitive test.
Yes.
And when it comes to the private sector, man, or government jobs, you get fired if you can no longer perform the duties of your job. I've never seen a recall effort that's actually worked, and certainly not for cognitive reasons, unless you count Biden stepping out of the race.
Which took too long. And I think there was too much of covering up for things that were happening. I mean, the reality is we don't have term limits, and we have people who are in office well into their 80s. And I'm not trying to be ageist.
I don't disagree. Here's the thing. I don't disagree with that. Right. And the reason why I just brought up the term limits, because that is something that I have been screaming about for a long time.
Yes.
But as far as the cognitive test, I'm not too fond of that right now because I just think that there's so many things that could be subjective in that. So for an example, if in that cognitive test, there are some people that don't test well. Let me raise my hand. I don't test well. So let's just say in that cognitive test, I don't do very well on that test. And oh, by the way, I also was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, the cognitive tests that we're talking about, I don't think because you don't test well, that's not. There are different things to understand where you are. I mean,
language, memory, is in that test.
Yes, and my dad, for example, when he was in his late 80s, I mean, there are certain things that you can test and see. Okay, where are you at? But yeah, do you want someone with late stage Alzheimer's leading the country or leading a city or leading a county?
Here's the thing. When you said late stage, I think that could be, okay, a doctor can come and say, hey, this person is in late stage dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever the case might be. But I just think that is a slippery, this is why I'm saying no still. I think it's a slippery slope to go down.
Yeah, and
in this
if we did have term limits, we wouldn't have to worry about this, but unfortunately we don't. So we do have people who are in office probably long beyond where they can perform at the level that they need to.
There's also a flip side to this in that we currently have age discrimination in place for things like pilots and air traffic controllers, people in the military, federal agents. They have mandatory retirement ages because the assumption is they will no longer be able to perform their job after 56 or 57. Give them a test. If they can do the job, let them keep working.
Yep, exactly. Okay, let's talk about something else. Are you ready for driverless cars? Because whether you're ready or not, they are coming to Seattle, and the city says it wants to be ready. So a working group at the Seattle Department of Transportation just laid out 7 key priorities before we start seeing robo-taxis going through Ballard or down Rainier. So at the top of the list would be public trust. And this is going to be one area where they're going to need to work on me because right now the idea of driverless cars just makes me shudder. But the city says it plans to build transparency by involving the community early and often, especially when it comes to safety data from these autonomous vehicle companies. So there's also a strong focus on protecting workers. We don't even think about that, who could lose their jobs to automation, making sure that driverless rides are accessible also to low-income and marginalized communities, and tackling traffic and environmental concerns that are tied to these kind of self-driving vehicles. You already have ridden them. Yeah. So what do you think?
Love it. But I also think it is another situation where we are opening up Pandora's box. What do I mean? Once it starts, you will then have a decrease in those that use Uber and or Lyft. So that means some of the drivers out there you have. So those people that are Uber right now, you're waiting for that next call. It'll be less because you have these Waymos or driverless cars. That's one. Two, what's going to happen when they're able to just put DoorDash or Uber Eats inside of those vehicles and they go right to... This is coming.
I hate it.
And so this will be, I believe, a dent inside of the gig economy. And there's one more thing. However, do I love it? Absolutely love it. If you're listening right now, if you've been down to Scottsdale or Phoenix or anything, and you've had an opportunity to get in there, they're safe. I'd argue safer than a 16-year-old driving with a cell phone.
Okay, I'm going to bring a few things up to push back against this idea that...
Are you pushing back because you want to, or are you pushing back because you're playing devil's advocate? Which one?
I am not in favor of moving towards self-driving vehicles
You're
altogether. No. I still don't trust them.
You don't trust them?
I don't trust them. I still trust humans to make driving decisions, and I want someone to be there to react if there is a technical glitch. Okay, so just some things to consider, okay? Because when you have a self-driving car, what are you relying on? You're relying on some very complicated software, right? Mm-hmm. Network connections. Okay, so what happens if you have a hacker? What could happen if a hacker takes control of the vehicle? That worries me, first of all. What if you have a large-scale cyber attack that could disrupt traffic?
Okay.
I'm just throwing these. And then, do you remember what happened when all of us went to our computers and laptops and all that kind of thing? What happened to, have you seen young people's handwriting these days?
Yeah.
It's like horrible, right?
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah, so what happens once we rely on self-driving vehicles? There's so many, what happens to our driving skills?
You still fly in a plane?
Of course.
What happens if there's a cyber attack while you're in the air on the plane?
I'm worried.
They have autopilot, but they're not connected to the internet the same way.
And guess what? They have a pilot and co-pilot who could take it over.
Yeah,
correct?
but there can still be a problem sometimes. It could. What if air traffic control? Like we could what if all day long. Technology is increasing and is better now. Also, you've never ridden inside of a Waymo, right? It's almost like the people that complain about Seattle and have never been here.
I will admit this. I'm going just from what I've heard.
What you heard.
Okay, because, there's some anecdotes from San Francisco. Waymo cars had a problem with honking at each other in the middle of the night. The cars got stuck in loops, confused in narrow residential areas, honking away with no drivers inside. See, enough. Residents were so fed up, they started live streaming the chaos online.
Hey, Ursula.
Yeah?
Here's the thing. I want to tell you, because I've ridden inside of one, it was safe. Also, while at the same time, I am really scared and nervous of this because I know what this will mean. This is another avenue of loss of jobs. It's not like, hey, if I'm an Uber driver or if I'm driving for DoorDash, it's not like your deliveries or your rides are going to increase. It literally will decrease. So if we can hold off on that for a while, that'd be great. But unfortunately, you can't hold off for long.
Yeah.
Right? You have these things, and there will be more and more people that will take, air quotes, public transportation to do something like this. Matter of fact,
can I point out something? Our listeners know me so well. Do
they?
Cliff in Woodinville just texted in.
What do you say?
Doesn't Ursula refuse to use cruise control in her car? Not sure she can be expected to support self-driving cars. He's 1,000% correct.
Not 100, but 1,000.
1,000%. Ask me how many times I've used cruise control. It's never.
Why?
I just don't want to be out of control.
Can I look me straight in the face? You get ready to turn 60. You got to keep it a buck here.
Keep it a buck.
Who is more safer? The 16-year-old with the cell phone in the car or Waymo, some autonomous driving car?
I'll go with Waymo. 16-year-old?
By the way, that's my chef. That's my chef impression because you got to exaggerate all the way.
We just had this conversation at a
question, G. Question. Are Waymos more expensive than Uber or Lyfts or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? You're just laughing. Yes or no?
Yes or no, G.
Yes.
They are more expensive, like 30%.
There you go.
Replacing humans for more money.
Well, and
this is, by the way,
we're talking about AI. We're talking about self-driving cars.
I'm glad we're laughing because none of this is funny.
No, it's really happening.
Like there are shout out to the retirees, right, that do this to supplement their income because they get a certain amount on Social Security, so they're able to do this to help with the rising cost of living. And here is another example of how jobs would go away and that would mess you up. Like really, I know we're having fun here, but this is the truth. And you go down to Scottsdale, down in Arizona, it's been happening for like 4 or 5 years down there. And Ursula, you see it? And people are jumping in these things. These things had one pull into the hotel. I mean, it just pulls right in the hotel.
Well, someone just texted. Our text line is going crazy right now, but someone just texted and said she was in Scottsdale and was in one of those cars and was crazy.
I'm telling you. Like down in Scottsdale, the reason I'm bringing up Scottsdale because that was the first time that I've seen it. Now, how many of you guys have been to a sushi restaurant? Where you had the robots that bring you your order. How many of you have been in a hotel? I stayed in a hotel, and they brought our food up with the robot, Ursula.
I saw one of those robots at the airport. It was still bumping around and kind of slow.
Guess what?
I think I could have walked a lot faster than
Who remembers the internet when we first would get on it? Chef, remember dial-up? Remember we used to make that noise?
Pixel by pixel.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to just point out, though.
What's up?
That I'm not alone in my aversion to cruise control and losing control of driving my own car.
Boy, there's a lot of people texting you right now, Ursula.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Listen, real quick. You owe me and Ursula an apology. Whoa, some of you all deserve an apology. What is this about? You got to find out why an apology needs to be given out. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
One of the smartest upgrades that you can make for your aging parents or your own family is a safer shower and doing it proactively before someone has an accident. Yes, you know how it gets tougher and tougher as you get a little bit older to get into the shower and do it safely. Bathfitter makes tub-to-shower conversions simple and fast. Bathfitter's custom tub-to-shower conversion can be done in just one day, and they do take care of removing your old tub or shower. And people are always surprised by that, but that is a cool thing that they include as part of their service. A walk-in shower, of course, will reduce your risk of slipping or falling, and Bathfitter offers so many great solutions. So there's no step over ledge, which makes it much safer for getting in and out. Bathfitter is holding their milestone sale right now to celebrate completing 42,000 installations in Western Washington. And as part of that celebration, they are offering payments as low as $125 a month. So there's no better time to upgrade your bath and maybe do that tub-to-shower conversion that you've been thinking of. Choose Bathfitter NW because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors, and that is what was so important to me, too. You want someone from the community. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com today. This special offer won't last long.
Looking for an epic summer night in Seattle? Be here for the Mariners Drone Show at T-Mobile Park, Friday, August 22nd, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
It is Grand Salami time! Cal Raleigh with his third Grand Slam of the season.
The team is taking on the A's at 7:10, and after the game, we'll be lighting up the sky with hundreds of drones, celebrating Mariners icons past and present. Don't miss out on a jaw-dropping post-game show.
He got him! He puts him away!
And the ball game is over. Another phenomenal save by Andres Munoz. Head to Mariners.com to grab your seats and see the full lineup of special events, including Kids Appreciation Day, Sunday, August 24th, and the Logan Gilbert Funko Pop giveaway, September 8th to 10th. Plus, check out a great slate of marquee interleague matchups against the Padres, Cardinals, and Dodgers.
Julio clubs this deep out to left field and gone! Julio for the second time!
Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
With Clear Choice Dental Implants, one day can make the difference between hiding your smile and saying cheese. Thanks to our dental implant experts, our one-day teeth transformation culminates in your Clear Choice Day, the day when you start loving your smile again. Visit clearchoice.com or call 888-SMILE-05 to schedule your free consultation today. And let us help Seattle start smiling again.
Majority qualify for same-day dental implants after doctor recommendation. Offices owned by Dr. Alfonso Pinheiro.
And now, Tales of Another Way. You've got your same old playlist, but another song about a breakup is just a downer. 2 minutes in your music app, and now you're groovin', man. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Tolling begins soon, and you can save $2 per toll with a Good to Go pass. Get a free sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is Ziprecruiter. And right now, you can try Ziprecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Ziprecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on Ziprecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using Ziprecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ziprecruiter.com/radio right now to try Ziprecruiter for free. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/radio. ziprecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A new search for Travis Decker, the man wanted for killing his 3 young daughters, has been called off after a possible sighting in King County. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon has details.
We know the search was in the Snoqualmie Pass area. The Pacific Crest Trail was one of the spots early on in the search where police thought he might be headed in a potential escape to Canada. The sheriff's office did not say why it called off the search. All it would tell us is that Decker was not found and not if it was a case of mistaken identity.
Decker's been missing since the bodies of his daughters were found at a campsite near Leavenworth June 2nd. A young girl injured in a Gaza airstrike is now being cared for in the Seattle area. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman was at SeaTac Airport when the girl and her family arrived.
And not only did this 12-year-old girl lose both her legs in this recent airstrike, but she lost her father early on in the conflict. Again, she lost her legs while taking shelter at a school during an airstrike recently. She's one of 11 children the group Heal Palestine has brought to the States in order to get that medical treatment they so desperately need.
The U.S. could see more ICE detention centers like Florida's Alligator Alcatraz. CBS's Nicole Skanga spoke with Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who's actively looking for more sites.
Noem said the locations DHS is looking at right now are nearby airport runways that she says will help the department efficiently detain and deport individuals. She added she's appealed directly to governors, to state leaders nationwide, so to sort of read their interest in contributing to the Trump administration's detention expansion.
President Trump directed Republicans in Texas to redraw their congressional maps to give Republicans an edge in the midterm elections. But Texas Democratic lawmakers left the state over the weekend to prevent a vote on the new map. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is hosting several in her state, saying,
Americans don't want a system that's stacked against them. They believe in fairness. It's fundamental.
The Texas governor has ordered the lawmakers to return. About 3,200 Boeing workers in the Midwest are on strike. They work on Boeing's defense sector, which makes fighter jets.
Get more vacation time faster, to have a little more time off with the family, and also to help increase our 401ks.
Some of their demands there. Boeing says the agreement would have boosted wages for the employees in Missouri and Illinois by an average of 40%. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 556 points. NASDAQ ahead 378. KIRO News Radio traffic in Mount Vernon. The crash has been cleared from I-5 southbound at State Route 538. In Auburn, the disabled vehicle's been cleared from the State Route 18 westbound off-ramp to I-5. You're still backed up, though, on 18 to Weyerhaeuser Way. The express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, which is still putting pressure on your southbound drive. Linwood to Seattle will take you about 38 minutes, about 20 longer than usual. Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 51 minutes, also about 20 minutes longer. Traffic brought to you by Buc-ee's. For 50 years, Buc-ee's has provided oil changes, brakes, factory service. Buc-ee's.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy today with highs in the mid-70s. It is 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show.
Real quick before you get started, Ursula, this person commented on your birthday week, just so you know, and also wanted to say it is his birthday. He's 57 today. Oh. Ben in Gold Bar.
Ben, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Ursula always does that pretty good.
Some people think that it's my birthday today, and it's not till Friday. I won't be here on Friday.
No, but G just giving you the birthday week.
I know. And y'all are being so sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, Gen X needs an apology. That was the headline. Mm-hmm. This is from Business Insider.
Yes.
And maybe it's about time for this apology. What do you think? Because according to this new piece, Gen X is not just the forgotten generation. They're the generation. So it's those of us who were born between 1965 and 1980. Mm-hmm. And so this might sound familiar. And basically, the cool kids who sat in the back of the class shrugged at everything and then quietly got left out of the yearbook. Apparently, that's us. Mm-hmm. So Gen X has been sandwiched between the boomer ego machine
and the millennial know-it-alls.
Yes. Okay.
We know everything.
So, and apparently watching their pop culture icons get rebranded without credit. So Friends, Gen X, X-Files, Reality Bites, Office Space, all Gen X, but you would never know it. Mm-hmm. So do you think we truly need an apology?
No, we're fine. And here's what, let me tell you what Gen X is, y'all. Some of you all can relate to this. Gen X is the sibling that does everything right, but they don't pay them any attention. The sibling that always gets in trouble, goes to prison, always, though the parents always paying attention to them. But the child, even in school.
It sounds so familiar because I was a middle child in my family. It's middle child syndrome.
That's what I'm saying. You do everything right. So that's why Gen X don't get the love. And as far as the movies, think about it. All of the movies you see today are all remakes of what was our generation. They want to do Superman. They want to do Star Wars. They want to do Star Trek. They want to do They want to do everything. Why can't you just make your own damn movies?
Okay, question though. Which generation has it the best or the worst?
Boomers.
They've had it the best?
They've had it the best.
Okay,
because
go ahead. But Heather's sitting here. Why do you think the boomers have had it the best?
Absolutely. They're retiring with pensions. their house is worth something. They bought it for $30,000. It's worth $30 million. What are you talking about? They were able to have the dog, the cat, the car, the house, the 4 children.
On one salary?
On one income. Yes. And these are the ones who don't give relief on student loan debt. Back in my day, I paid all of my student loan. Look, Harry, your entire student loan was for $10,000 for 4 years.
That actually was about mine. Does that make me a boomer?
I don't know. Do you have a pension?
But HB, Heather came in with the smoke. Yeah. Because, look here. By the way, we got a lot of boomers that's listening. Y'all know life is good.
And I will just point out that our generation had an anthem. Don't you forget about me. It was our song.
Yes.
And we've been forgotten ever since.
This is true.
Hey, I ain't never seen Heather. You was fired up.
Heather and I, we're on the cusp of the, so yeah, I identify more as Gen X than Boomer for sure. But some think it's because we were latchkey kids. I mean, that is something though. That is true. Like us as parents, we were helicopter parents, but growing up as a child, I mean, there were stretches of time I just didn't see my parents.
Are you guys, here's a sweeping statement. The mediator in your family, I guarantee you, is Gen X. I'll tell you why. Because we was the ones outside. We was the ones, hey, baby, I see you around 6 o'clock when the street lights come on. You mean to tell me your child was gone all day? They drank water from the water hose the entire time. They stayed out the entire time. Conflict resolution skills.
If you were one of the older siblings, you were in charge of the herd. It was your job.
It was your job.
It was your job. Make sure everyone got home alive.
So am I hearing, are we feeling sorry for ourselves?
No.
Okay.
No. We're fine.
Okay. Because they're saying, we were raised on microwave dinners, after-school TV, a heavy dose of figure it out yourself. This all worked out in our favor.
And I'm glad HB, Heather says something very important. For the Gen X folks that were the older sibling, your job was you had to watch all of your siblings. And if one of your siblings got hurt or something happened, you had to take care of it because you didn't want Meemaw and Pawpaw to find out.
Yeah. But we are also the generation that not only takes care of our aging parents, and at the moment, we're also helping out our kids in many cases because they just can't afford to live anywhere right now.
You know what I say about them kids, right?
No, wait a minute.
Was what she says.
I gotta back you up, G, because I believe that you're the one who's like, hey, what's with these, give everyone a trophy kind of thing. Didn't we start this segment saying that Gen X needed an apology? You guys need an apology because no one's writing articles saying Gen X killed paper napkins and the, soap dispenser industry. I think you guys are fine. It's best to fly under the radar. Less flack that way.
I always thought that millennials were the ones that were overlooked.
No. Heck no.
No. Actually, yes.
Really?
Yes. I believe millennials, because before we started talking about all this gap stuff, we start talking about millennials first. Now they don't get talked about. It's boomers and Gen Z. That's who gets talked about all the time. And millennials, they struggling a little bit with Gen Z a little bit because
I think it's, again, part of that middle child syndrome.
Millennials ain't done nothing but go through some heartache since they've been born.
Yeah,
they've been through a lot. That's why they mad all the time.
Mostly because we had to deal with our Gen X older brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Hey, millennials, y'all mad. Y'all done been through. When y'all start off? Y'all started out with 2001. You started. You went through
08.
08. They've been through it, y'all.
They have been through it.
They've been through it.
But doesn't that mean we've been through it too?
It's hard.
We ain't been through it. Gen X, we was watching Silver Spoons in the 18. Come on now. Life was good.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good. You had corn dogs and tater tots in the 80s.
And no one knew it was bad for you. Awesome.
All right, we do a little scenario.
Okay, Sarah from the 509 asked, did I say something? No, I said, you said forget them kids.
Oh.
Sarah, no, I did not say what you think I said.
A couple years you might be.
All right, we'll do scenarios next, Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
I was chatting with my friend Jonathan from DUI Heroes, and he told me a lot of people don't realize roadside standardized field sobriety tests are voluntary, meaning you don't have to perform them. So you can simply say no, thank you. You also can ask to speak with a lawyer immediately, which he strongly recommends that you do. The police are building a case against you, so don't risk further implicating yourself. Call DUI Heroes immediately, 1-800-DUI-HEROES or DUIHeroes.com, your DUI defense specialist.
Cold leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the luxe staples insiders swear by, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/styleupgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/styleupgrade.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Feeling the heat?
Cool off with Home Comfort Alliance. It's the final days of the warehouse clearance sale with savings up to 25% on brand new 2024 heat pumps and ACs while supplies last. And PSC customers, listen up. Add AeroSeal duct sealing for as little as $99. That's over $2,000 in savings. For heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, trust Home Comfort Alliance. Go to homecomfortalliance.com and tell them John Curley sent you.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts. Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to Honest Home Solutions.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
All right. You sure what you say about them kids, Ursula? What did you say about them kids?
Said exactly what you said.
Thought I had to dump that for a second.
Yeah, no.
Nick, did she say it?
No.
I was questioning it.
Oh, stop. I did not.
Oh,
okay.
All right, scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
By the way, this scenario might trigger. Careful. This is going to sound strange, but my wife has lost a bunch of weight, and I don't like it. She weighed 225 pounds, but now she's dropped to around 150. She looks great, don't get me wrong, but I miss her the way she was before. I had no idea I was into bigger women, but it turns out I am. My friends tells me that she looks fantastic, and don't get me wrong, again, I know she does, but I can't get excited about her anymore physically. Plus, she plans to keep going. She wants to get down to 120 pounds. I told her that we need to talk about her lifestyle changes. She thinks I'm upset because she's getting attention from guys and that she loves that. Plus, she thinks it's cute that I get a little jealous. But that's not it. I want my plus-size baby back. How do I... wait, that wasn't supposed to be funny. How do I deal with this? 888-973-5476. Come on, Ursula. It's your birthday week. What you got for us?
Oh, no. Okay, Dana has already said enough with Ursula's birthday week, okay? It's only Monday. By Thursday, people are going to be done.
Hey, come on now.
Okay.
How many times do you turn 60? Yeah, tell you what.
Okay.
All right.
So on this weight loss thing, I think he needs to explore what it is about her weight loss that is really becoming an alleged turnoff for him. Did he enjoy her much heavier because he felt much more secure, or that he felt like there was no competition and there was a dominant role on his part?
Some men like plus size.
Okay. So maybe that... Okay, I'll accept that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Come on now.
I do. But I think he's just going to have to adjust what he likes, because I will tell you right now that she is choosing to be healthier, it sounds like, and she is choosing to want to be here for a longer time, and she is doing the hard work to lose that weight, however and she's happier.
Right.
So you should want to support your partner if they are happier and healthier.
Right.
And if it's not something that you want, it's not all about you.
No, it's not. And this is why it's very important. It should not be her booty, but it should be her beauty. And her beauty could be all on the inside. Huh?
You're worried about what I say on the air?
What?
It shouldn't be about her booty.
Right.
You just
it should be
said.
about her beauty.
Okay. Yes.
It's the beauty, not the booty. So the inside is the beauty all over. And so physical, when you start getting caught up in the physical looks of your partner, careful. Just so you all know, your partner, everybody, you're not going to look the same going into the future. So are you falling in love with the person? Or are you falling in love with the... I've said enough.
Oh.
Ursula, I think there's more to what you had to say at the beginning, because not only is it a security thing for some people, but if you see your partner improve rapidly beyond what you're improving at,
that's right.
It's threatening, right? Like he might feel less attractive now in comparison to her because he could feel comfortable in his body because maybe they were a little bit more similar.
So true.
That being said, man, like just shout out to the ladies out there. It's not just that there are guys who are into bigger women. It's that I think the vast majority of men don't want a supermodel slim woman. Like that is not attractive to a lot of men. So I give credence to his saying, like, I'm not really attracted to her like this. Just question where that comes from.
Janice in Federal Way says, some men do like curvy women. I have been on a healthy journey, and my husband has loved me at my smallest, and also at my heaviest. And that's the best thing. I will just speak on my own situation.
Okay.
My husband has seen me at all weights. And what I love is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He'll find me attractive at whatever weight. But I think I know that it really is about myself and how I feel and how much better if I am working toward being healthier, how much better that is for me and my own confidence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the beauty all around.
Yes.
Beauty inside and outside. I think I finally got it today, y'all.
Okay.
Nick, what do you got?
Well, listen, I know everyone has their tastes and preferences with a spouse or a boo, and this guy went into it with a mindset of what he's attracted to, and all the credit for the woman who made all her lifestyle goals. But now the difference in what he sees now is night and day, and frankly, not what he signed up for. So it's fair for him to see her at home and say, I'm not seeing the same gal I first struck love with. Best to move on if you're not about her new changes. Don't go down the road of tempting her with extra treats and sweets. I'm not saying feed her back into the old form. Let her stay put. Don't do that.
I thought it was going to be mixed, too.
I thought it was going to be it. Nick, I thought I had it. I thought it was
what did you think it was going to be?
Somebody else texted in, too, the same thing.
I like big booties, and I cannot lie.
I thought it was going to be Sir Mix-a-Lot. Oh, I thought this was the day.
But that's
that would have been a good one,
obvious.
Oh,
you know
man.
Nick's going to go.
You guys, just so
Not
you all
obvious.
know, I have never called a song. I've never gotten it right.
That would have been a
Ever.
good pick, too, I'll say.
Oh, I thought today was my day. I stood up. I was excited.
Tell you what, if you ever guess Nick's song right, you can buy us all lunch. How about that?
To be fair, Chef was guessing baby back ribs.
I got my baby back.
Oh, speaking of that, Gen X, let's be real. Is it fair to say that the McRib back in the day from McDonald's was an all-time classic that they need to bring back and just keep it there? Did y'all love the McRib?
I did not ever try a McRib.
You didn't?
No.
Wow.
They also had them in the cafeteria when I was growing up in school. I also liked the rib sandwich in school. Not as good as the McRib. But
And also, our school lunches were better. Now, y'all want to make the school lunch all healthy and stuff? Whatever happened to Salisbury steak? And what is a Salisbury steak?
It's the direction that lunches have gone. It's a good direction.
I mean, it's a good direction, but is it good, though? It's good for you, but does it taste good? Gen X, we was eating the best. Remember the square pizza? All right, we'll have top news for you next. Gee Ursula.
for the news you trust.
Breaking news we are getting.
Experience matters.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Good morning. I'm Heather Bosch.
Luke Ducey, Cairo News Radio.
We're on YouTube, our app, and 97.3 FM. KIRO News Radio has your chance to win a pregame sideline experience with G. Scott, plus 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs on August 15th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom of the right corner, and enter for your chance to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter on the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds. Do it every day, July 30th through August 4th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Are you trying to buy a new home, or are you a local real estate agent seeking financing for a client? We're all tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and endless guidelines. Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Matt Piper. They build fighter jets, but now they're fighting their bosses for higher wages. 3,200 Boeing workers are on strike, their union says, at facilities in Missouri and Illinois.
Most companies will not give pensions anymore. It'd be nice to help increase the 401k.
Keith Gallup works at a plant in St. Louis. CBS's Jesse Mitchell.
The union that represents the 3,200 workers says they rejected a 4-year deal. Boeing says the agreement would have boosted wages by an average of 40%. Boeing machinists went on strike last year for 7 weeks before accepting a new contract.
Fleeing from Texas, Democratic state leaders fled the state in an attempt to deny a quorum to Republicans, hoping to vote on a new congressional map that heavily favors the GOP. As the efforts ramp up to redraw the maps there, other Democratic-led states have threatened to do something similar. New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
These brave public servants are taking a stand, a strong stand, against a blatant power grab that's happening in their state as we speak. And this will have implications, not just in Texas, but for our entire nation and its future.
Another tariff deadline. Thursday is the day tariffs will be implemented. That is to give Customs and Border Protection enough time to make the necessary changes to collect the new duties that went into effect last Friday. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
You have the group of smaller trading partners that were essentially given rates, whether those were the trade letters or the rates that were just, okay, here's your tariff. And so that would be a country like Switzerland, for example. And those are the countries that the White House, I do believe, expects there's going to be a lot of calls of, hey, we want to negotiate a deal prior to that August 7th deadline.
Another possible job for Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace.
I'm making it official. I am running to be your governor of the great state of South Carolina.
The election is not until November of next year. Mace first came to Congress in 2021. It is now day 4 of a manhunt in Montana. Police are looking for military veteran Michael Paul Brown, who is wanted for allegedly killing 4 people inside the Owl Bar in the small town of Anaconda before fleeing in a white pickup. Jim Van Vossen lives nearby.
It's an uneasy feeling knowing that there's someone out there that has the capacity to do this and we don't know where they are.
The band Oasis says it's expressing shock and sadness.
Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out.
It's after a man fell to his death during their concert at Wembley Stadium in London. Police there have urged anyone who witnessed the incident or captured it on video to contact them.
Feels the way I do.
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Gunfire in Seattle's Soto district. The story coming up at first. KIRO News Radio traffic. The express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that is putting pressure on your southbound drive. Linwood to Seattle will take you 33 minutes, about 16 longer than usual. Alderwood to South Center on I-405, not too bad. It's 40 minutes. That's about 5 minutes longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by Buc-ee's. Planning a road trip? Plan on a visit to Buc-ee's for complete auto repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. Visit Buc-ee's.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Police are investigating 2 deadly shootings that happened in the city's Soto neighborhood just a couple of hours apart. This man tells KIRO 7 TV he heard gunfire around 4 a.m. yesterday.
I'd estimate like maybe 30-something gunshots because it sounded like there was multiple weapons involved.
Officers say they found a teenager who'd been shot in the leg and a man with a gunshot wound to the chest. That man died. A couple of hours later, officers found a man dead in a parking lot. It is unclear if the shootings are connected. A vigil was held yesterday for 28-year-old LeBron Javon, who was fatally shot outside a church in Seattle's University District last week.
We're not going to allow the devil to write the next chapter.
Police tell KIRO 7 TV they believe it was a targeted attack. The church is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Seattle police are searching for an arsonist after 5 suspicious fires last week, including one that badly damaged a Columbia City funeral home. KIRO 7 TV's Renji Sinha reports.
Nita Borja Martin died in mid-July due to colon cancer. Her family understand that. What they do not understand is why anyone would set fire to the funeral home that was set to honor and celebrate her life. Christian Martin admits Columbia Funeral helped them find alternate sites, but says it should never have come to that.
I don't get why someone would do that, to be honest with you.
This family, already processing a loss of their loved one, say they nearly lost the chance to truly say goodbye.
The interim director of one of Washington state's largest health agencies says because of federal cuts to Medicaid, it is facing a budget shortfall and layoffs are unavoidable. The healthcare authority manages Apple Health and other programs for nearly 2.7 million people across the state. The Washington State Standard reports it's unclear just how many jobs could be lost. Mariners superstar Julio Rodriguez makes history.
It is gone!
Yesterday, he became the first player in MLB history to hit 20 home runs and steal 20 bases in the first 4 years of their careers. His 20th home run yesterday came in the fourth inning in the game against Texas. The M's beat the Rangers 5-4. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Oh, Miss Benita said, I ain't one to gossip. You ain't heard it from me. But this week, it's Ursula's birthday week. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday, August 4th. Ursula, Friday's coming up, and it's your party. Do you know what you're wearing?
I do.
I don't yet.
I've narrowed it down to two things. So I'm leaning toward one. So yes.
Okay. Well, just so you know, it's your birthday, and I'm getting a hotel close by so I can come there and then go to work in the morning.
Good.
Right there.
Good. And are you working on a speech?
Yeah, I'll put that together. I'm putting that together.
Anyway, we won't be talking about my birthday all week.
Oh, yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Because I seem to recall we didn't agree to disagree, and I seem to recall that you talked about how annoying it is when people make it their birthday month. And now you've officially made it my birthday week.
Okay, I said month, not week.
Okay, I love you.
All right.
Okay, well, we've got Agree to Disagree coming up at 11:30. As always, you are a very important part of our show, and you can text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. We welcome you on YouTube as well, and also on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page, which, if you haven't had a chance to check it out lately, we have all sorts of pictures of your beloved pets. And that post last week has just been growing and growing, and it puts a smile on my face because you all love your animals. And so if you haven't done so already, you can post your loved pet on the Gee and Ursula Show page. And it's something great about social media that we can do together. Okay.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
And we want to bring a story back because the question right now is, do we take domestic violence seriously, in particular when men are the alleged victims? So U.S. sprinter Christian Coleman is now speaking out for the first time since Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested for DV last week. And despite being the alleged victim, he is now choosing to defend her publicly. So according to police, Richardson was arrested at SeaTac Airport after allegedly pushing Coleman multiple times, causing him to fall into a pillar and then throwing a pair of headphones at him. Now, Coleman didn't press charges. In fact, he's just trying to downplay all of it, and he is now urging others not to rush to judgment.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have, like, things that she needs to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love.
Now, he is a fellow sprinter with USA Track and Field, and he says Sha'Carri has persevered through a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she just has a lot of things going on, and, like, a lot of emotions and forces going on inside of her that, like, not only I can understand, but, you know, nobody can, because she's one-on-one. And I'm one-on-one too, and so I know that, like, it's been a tough journey for her this year, but she's gonna bounce back, and like I said, I see it every day. She's the best female athlete in the world, and she's gonna be just fine. She's gonna be good, and I'm gonna be good too. So it is what it is.
Okay, it's hard to hear because there's a lot of background noise, but essentially he's just basically saying she's got a lot going on. Don't make too much of this. Don't judge her. I'm okay. Yeah. Let's not make this bigger than it is.
You ever had a lot going on in your life?
Not always.
I just want to make sure, because it makes it seem like when you have a lot going on, that's justification for you to physically put your hands on somebody. I just want to make sure, like, it's not normal to hit your significant other, is it?
No.
I just want to make sure we're
not
clear.
Normalize that. No.
We're all in a situation where we've gone through something. Let me tell you what you all hear. You hear a man that is, I need to protect sponsorships. I need to make sure that my significant other continues to bring in money. Sha'Carri Richardson is, right, one of the top track athletes in the world. That's big money that comes from that. So what you're hearing is almost like it felt like there was a gun to his head. Somebody was forcing him to say those things. So I know I sound heartless. I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for this situation. They need to sit her the same way they do in the NFL, NBA, when there is a domestic violence situation. Hey, they're going to hold this person out until this all gets cleared. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's see. Now, unfortunately, it's on video.
Well, it is. And Sha'Carri has not yet commented publicly on the arrest. And even if they decide they're not going to file charges or it's going to be pled down or whatever it is, she is a high enough profile person that she needs to say something. And I say this because a lot of people look up to her. She is considered they referred to her as the fastest woman on earth. I mean, if people aren't big track and field fans, she is an incredible athlete. She's a high profile person. And people have seen this, and you don't want the message to be, this is okay behavior. That's terrible behavior. I don't care, like you said, whatever you're going through, domestic violence is not okay. Putting your hands on somebody is not okay, regardless. And so, yeah, I mean, apparently both of them had races in Eugene. It was the track and field championships, and apparently they didn't do well. He's saying we need to use this moment to reflect and regroup, and he hopes that she can do the same. I think part of that reflection has to be that she makes the public statement and recognizes that people saw what they saw. And if you do that in public, by the way, what are you doing in private?
Now, come on now. Now you just killed it right there. Oh, I can't use that word. You just nailed it. You nailed it right there with that. If you could do that in public, if you have no problem doing that in the airport, I can only imagine what you can do in the privacy of your own home. Now, imagine this. Imagine if she has a gun in her hand. Can she control herself then? What happens in those situations? Right? It does not. People think it takes 10 minutes. It takes less than 2 to 3 seconds for something to happen. So if she has a lot going on, luckily she did not have a weapon in her hand, because if she can't control herself in that way, then she wouldn't be able to control herself with a firearm.
I'm going to give credence to like the idea that we don't take it seriously enough, because if I see a woman, and by the way, she's like a foot shorter than him. If I see a woman push a man in an airport and like throw some headphones on him, I'm not thinking call the police, an arrest needs to be made. I'm probably thinking, what did he say to her to inspire that? And that might sound...
But in the reverse, you would have considered...
Yeah, of course, because I look at it as, hey, is that person a physical threat to the other person or not? It's one thing if it's, I don't know if there's a history, I don't know what the situation is there, but look, I've seen that happen. You know, a girl at a party, pushes her boyfriend because he's being a jerk. It's not like he got a beating or something.
But this went beyond that. I mean, for it to raise attention. And do you remember the reaction when Brigitte Macron shoved the president of France in that when the airplane door opened and people were making a big thing? Again, we can't normalize this idea that, just because it's a woman doing it, that it's okay. Even though you had mentioned your hypocrisy, and Chef, you're saying you struggle with it because you look at it and you think, well, what could she do? I mean, men are victims of domestic violence as well. It's going to be a hard case because you have a witness, or you have the alleged victim who doesn't want to take it any further. But again, I think that there's an opportunity for her to say, that's, I went too far. I need to work on myself. That's not okay. That is not okay behavior. No one should be subjected to that.
Do you guys remember here recently there was the gal that stabbed her boyfriend to death out there in Miami, Florida, and she stabbed him. And it was on the elevator, her abusing him on the elevator. They saw that she was charged with his murder, whatever the case might be. I think she got voluntary manslaughter on there. She was acquitted from that. right? Because society does not take it serious enough the other way around when it comes to men being victims in domestic violence cases. Mm-hmm. And in the case of this, he is trying to protect Sha'Carri Richardson. He's trying to protect those endorsements.
Yeah.
Those sponsorships.
Well, and that's not right either. Dave in Snohomish County says, in this case, they are human and it is an opportunity. And I agree with that. Okay, let's talk about this unique service that is offered by our state ferry system, which I was not aware of. But if you are on board a state ferry, often between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., when most riders are just sipping coffee or scrolling on their phones, something sacred is quietly unfolding at the stern. It is a final goodbye. The Seattle Times tagged along as Jane Schrantz recently honored her late husband Ed's wish, which was to be laid to rest in Puget Sound. So from her mobility scooter, she was able to toss a salt urn into the water from the back of the Suquamish, followed by a few lays, and the ferry's captain marked the moment with 3 low blasts of the horn. And it is one of nearly 200 memorials expected to take place on Washington State ferries this year. It's part of a little-known public program that allows people to scatter the ashes of loved ones at sea. And there's only one service that is scheduled per day, per route, and everything that goes into the water must be biodegradable, including the urns. And I've got to say, I love this idea. I didn't know that it actually happened, so I'm curious as to your thoughts on this. And I was going to ask you, and I know it's a question that gets you squeamish.
Oh, don't do it, Ursula. Don't do it.
We just had this conversation yesterday. My niece was saying, she was telling her mom, I just want to be, buried under a tree. I don't want to go into a coffin or anything like that. I mean, I'm like, you're too young to be talking about this. But actually, I think you need to express how it is that you want to be laid to rest.
I think this is really cool. I was today years old before I found out that, ferry service, they're offering this and actually having you saying one ride a day designated towards this. I think this is awesome. I mean, just think. You guys said that Seattle isn't thriving. We're in the Seattle area and things like this are happening. I love this. I really do. And I think it would be now, are regular passengers allowed to be on that ferry when this happens?
Yeah, it's happening every time with a full ferry.
How cool would that be to witness something like that? And if you have witnessed, matter of fact, has there anyone that has witnessed any? I just saw a friend of mine. Her and her brother just on social media, they showed it, and they showed them delivering her dad's ashes, and it was really cool. They were at a shooting range out in Montana. It was pretty cool to watch and see that. I've never seen anything like that in person. Have you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Well, the scattering of the ashes, I've actually been involved in that too.
Oh, you have?
Yes, with my brother. And there was a very special place in Oregon where Vancouver side.
Okay.
So in Vancouver, Washington, where he wanted his ashes scattered. So we were part of that. Now with ashes, you also have to be careful. And I know that the ferry service would be able to help with which way is the wind blowing.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't want the ashes ending up back on you if you're putting down.
Did it happen to you guys?
A little bit, but so there was just a little bit. I think it's a beautiful thing.
I do too.
I think it's a really beautiful thing. And I love that the ferry service is doing it. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are, though. Text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Okay, we need to talk about it because you heard it in Heather's newscast, and it was a question. I'm going to ask this question that got me in trouble about a year ago, I'll say. But Seattle Mariners center fielder Julio Rodriguez achieved something yesterday that no other MLB player has done.
Julio has gone 2020, the first player in baseball history to go 2020, his first 4 seasons.
Okay, again, no one else in history of Major League Baseball has hit 20 home runs, stolen 20 bases during their first 4 years of playing.
Yeah.
And so given this, because this has been a season all about Cal Raleigh, right? So here Julio gets this record.
Yeah.
And so I guess, dare I ask the question again?
What's that?
Should we still be questioning whether he's overpaid, or is he now finally coming into his own? Please don't walk out on me.
No, what we should do is we should celebrate this moment and also realize that there is a possibility that Julio might be just a good player, could potentially not be the superstar that a lot of us were crowning him to be at first. But I'd say that the most exciting news right now, if you think about the Mariners, is, yes, this is real cool. He's got the 2020. But I think the most exciting is for the first time in a long time, fans, managers, ownership, players, everybody is on the same page as far as excitement. They come off a great weekend, winning 3 of 4 against the Texas Rangers. They're 2.5 games out. They currently hold the wild card spot. For all the folks that's like, hey, the Mariners ownership, they don't do enough to actually want to contend to win. Well, they put their money where their mouth, and they actually are doing it. It's right now, it's pretty exciting. Nick, did I get it right?
I'm kind of with Ursula on this one when it comes to Julio, because it feels like we're always trying to give him the benefit of the doubt when he's playing well, as if like, oh, this is the Julio that we have gotten all the time. But the fact of the matter is he has had slow starts from the beginning, which is why this question comes into mind. Now, give all credit to him right now. He's heating up and he's playing well. But in terms of expectations, you go into seasons thinking that, oh, Julio's going to be hitting 275, going for 40 home runs all throughout the season. And then he starts with a slump. And then you look at Cal and you think, oh, he's not going to go anywhere near what Julio's doing. And then he's going for the home run record for the Mariners franchise. Griffey has 56 and Cal has 41. So Cal's expectations are way on the bottom versus Julio, hoping that he's going to be a superstar like Shohei Ohtani. And so you balance out the two, and Cal's getting so much media attention right now based on the fact that it's a phenomenon that not a lot of people expected.
And okay, I love how you put that. And maybe, could it be that with all the attention on on Cal, that it takes some of that pressure off Julio, and then now he's kind of getting into his own?
Well, people have claimed Julio to be what is considered a warm weather player, where when the temperature starts heating up, especially around here, the bat gets going, the air's a little thinner, so you can see he's starting to hit more home runs. But I would like to see him starting to play more year-round, overall well year-round, even in the colder weather, because, you know, he's the player that's getting paid most on the team, and he is supposed to be the alleged superstar. So I'm going to hold back on, you know, my joy for Julio right now. I want to see him be playing better for a longer duration of time. I'm happy with the way he's playing right now, but the way he's getting paid and what we expect of him, I'm still on the fence with being all in on, you know, making sure that we're being compensated for what he's performing.
And $250 million.
$250 million.
Exactly,
I was going to say, yes.
Guaranteed.
Hey.
Yowzers.
You know what the Julio Cal reminds me of? It reminds me of being in that situation where you want somebody and the other one wants you. Seattle and people wanted Julio to be the star, but then come to find out, Cal was the star. So maybe you're in a dating situation where you really want somebody, you really, really want Julio, and you got Cal knocking at your door. Got good credit, got a great job, does everything the right way. But let's be real, people was falling in love. Matter of fact, people was falling in love with Julio so much that they ain't talked to Ursula since.
It's like that picture of the guy holding the girl's hand, and then he's looking back at the other girl. The girl's is Julio, the holding the hand.
That's what I'm saying.
And the guy looking back, that's Cal. That's the other girl.
Hey, a lot of Mariner fans looked at Julio's eyes.
Why are they still talking about his eyes?
And fell in love. And then the big dumper came around.
They weren't looking at his eyes, though, when they fell in love with him.
Nope. Ursula, what was they looking at?
What gave him his nickname? Okay, still ahead. Agree to disagree.
All right, Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. To celebrate, Bathfitter's offering payments as low as $125 a month. Ursula Reutin here. I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. This special offer won't last.
Windows are our home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Beat rising costs at Lake Washington Windows and Doors. For a limited time, get a 20% inflation discount and enjoy easy 18-month free financing with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure, dewy skin.
Terrific. Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare.
Wow. With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Do you know how America became the best country on God's green earth? We made things, from automobiles to airplanes to textiles. We were the manufacturing epicenter of the world, the innovators that every other country turned to. I'm Katie Lyon, co-founder of Allegiance Flag Supply, and I'm here to tell you that the American spirit is alive and well at Allegiance, where we make American flags 100% in America. When you fly your American flag from Allegiance Flag Supply, you're not just honoring our country, you're supporting American men and women who proudly make the highest quality American flags, period. True patriots who put care into every stitch. See our full story at showallegiance.com and learn about our 100% American-based supply chain. Fly your flag from showallegiance.com with pride, because every flag says manufacturing is still alive and well in the U.S. and we are still the greatest country. Save $35 on your American flag set when you go to showallegiance.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A young girl from Gaza who lost both her legs during an airstrike is now being cared for in Seattle. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports from SeaTac Airport, where the girl and her family were welcomed.
She's one of 11 children the group Heal Palestine has brought to the States. Now, we call up with an organizer with the group. They want to do whatever they can to help out the children impacted by this war.
We want to focus on their care and giving them the kind of life that they all deserve to live.
We know she'll be getting medical treatment in our area. They wouldn't tell us exactly which hospital, just a Seattle area hospital, as a way to respect the privacy of Siva and her family.
The Washington State Health Department says 7 people at the Tacoma ICE Detention Center are being treated for suspected tuberculosis. So far, none of those cases has been confirmed. The lung disease is contagious, though only through prolonged close contact with an infected person. Health officials are checking specimens to see if the cases are linked. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem wants more ICE detention centers like Florida's Alligator Alcatraz. CBS's Nicole Skanga spoke with her.
She hopes to launch really a handful of these detention centers in multiple airports and jails in the coming months. Potential sites are already under consideration in, get this, Arizona, Nebraska, and Louisiana.
President Trump directed Republicans in Texas to redraw their congressional maps to give Republicans an edge in the midterm elections. But Texas Democratic lawmakers left the state over the weekend to prevent a vote on the new map. The governor has ordered them to return. Boeing employees who help build fighter jets are on strike. The 3,200 workers in Missouri and Illinois rejected the latest proposal from the company, saying,
most companies will not give pensions anymore. It'd be nice to help increase the 401k.
Boeing says the agreement would have boosted wages by an average of 40%. Kent-based Blue Origin launched 6 more space tourists from Texas early yesterday. Gokam Erdem was one of the crew members.
We had a great time. The black space is amazing. And I want to thank everyone. It was great. Thank you very much for everything. I love Earth.
The highest profile passenger was Justin Sun, a 34-year-old billionaire who founded the blockchain platform Tron. The mission was the 34th overall flight of Blue Origin's New Shepard vehicle. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 510 points. NASDAQ ahead 378. KIRO News Radio traffic. The express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that is putting pressure on your southbound commute. Linwood to Seattle will take you 25 minutes, about 8 longer than usual. Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 41 minutes. That's about 7 minutes longer. You have some slowing on I-5 southbound from Federal Way through the 5 curve. Travel time Federal Way to Tacoma right now is 15 minutes, about 6 longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 25% on new air conditioning and heat pumps during the final days of the Home Comfort Alliance warehouse clearance sale. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday to all of you. It's time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Okay, I'm throwing out the show sheet for this one. Gee, this is especially for you, and I'm going to need you to actually turn over your show sheet so that you cannot cheat on this segment. Okay, so earlier in the show, we were talking about how Representative Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez is calling for cognitive tests for all lawmakers to make sure that we have competent people running the country. And Gee, you alleged that this would not be a good idea because some people are just not good at taking tests. So I am going to give you live on the air an actual cognitive test to see if you can pass this thing. Are you ready for me to get started here?
Yep, sure.
Okay, it's really it's very difficult, man. Okay, so what is today's date? You can't look at the show sheet.
August 4th.
Okay, what day of the week is it?
Monday.
He sounds so excited by this.
He's worried. She really did not know this was going to happen.
I know. He said he was a bad test taker. Okay, what month is it? We're not in football season.
August.
Okay, you got it. So there's questions about like what year is it, what city we're in. I think you got those. How about recall? I'm going to say 3 words, and you're going to have to repeat them after me, and then you're going to have to remember them in just about a minute or two. Mm-hmm. Booty, trinkets, tchotchkes.
Okay.
You got to say
feed them.
Booty, trinkets, tchotchkes.
Okay, all right. So for the attention and concentration portion, there's a couple ways we could do this. One would be counting backwards from 100 by sevens, but that would take way too long. So for all time, I would like you to correctly spell Fresh Friday.
I can't do it.
Okay, she's failed.
Wait. To spell it backwards or forwards?
Oh, no, just forwards.
Oh,
I just want it on the record.
You can.
Oh, well, yeah. Fresh Fridays.
I said spell.
F-R-E-S-H F-R-I-D-A-Y.
You got it.
Yes. All right, let's see. Language. So I'm going to hold up 2 objects. You're going to have to name them. What am I holding in my hand?
Chips and a Coke.
No, that is a
chips.
visual representation of me stress eating and gaining weight. Okay, now repeat this sentence after me. Chef is always right. Can't do it. He can't pass.
I'm done.
You're done?
He's done.
You know what? You proved me wrong, Gee. You're not a good test taker. Okay, let's
Actually, you pass with flying colors. And that is, even though we're joking around, that is essentially what a cognitive test is, because I've been there with when my dad had to take one.
You want to know what really helps me on like remembering things and all that? When I auctioneer. Seriously. When I'm sitting there, when you're counting numbers, right? So when you go to auctioneer school, the first thing they do is teach you how to count by 5s, count by 10s, count by 20, 25, and those kind of things. Be able to count forwards and count backwards, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got 25 right there, 50 right there, but now 75 right there. I'm looking for 100.
Yes. Do your multiplication tables.
I can't do that.
It's the truth. Because how many times have you walked into a room and I'm like, wait, what was I going to do?
All the time.
Every single day.
Or the other one for me, the toughest one for me is remembering people's names. And sometimes it's people I should know. And the moment I start thinking about it, or someone says, hey, what's that gal's name again? And I should know. And it's because I've been put on the spot that I get a little anxious about it. And then it gets worse. So some of the things that I do, I try to come up with like little reminders or
mnemonics or something.
Mnemonics, exactly what I do, and that helps. And the other thing that helps, and I know a lot of you listening right now can relate to keep your mind active. One of the things that my father did that was great. Crossword puzzles.
Yes.
Exactly.
Gee, I just want to say that I'm really upset with you for not repeating the sentence back to me, because then I would have had a drop for all time that said, Chef is always right in your voice.
And see, guess what? Gee knows better.
I know.
His mind is still working.
Okay, let's move
still
on.
want me to remember those 3 words?
Oh, yeah, what are they, Gee?
Booty, trinket, and tchotchkes.
All right, great. You pass, flying colors. Let's move on to events over the weekend. Andrew Tate was apparently the unfortunately named winner of the hydroplane races at Seafair. And Gee, it just came to mind, like, the hydros are iconic, but for me, the hydros are at T-Mobile Park or at the Kingdom. So do you think people care more about the hydro races that happen during Seafair or what happens on the big screen at T-Mobile?
What happens on the big screen at T-Mobile?
Oh, yeah.
So there were a lot of people, including my wife, that was out there for Seafair, and I haven't seen anyone talk about the hydro races. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying for some reason nobody is posting about it.
Well, do you remember when Chip Hanauer was a big name? And that was a name that you heard all the time. Or Dave Vilwalk would be the other one. And we used to hear those names, and they were more like household names. Anymore, who did you say just won?
Andrew Tate.
Okay, well, it's a name that I've heard.
Well, that's it's because he's a nasty podcaster, but that's
exactly.
not the same guy.
That's not the same guy.
Not the same
exactly.
guy.
So what's happened now is I think it's become very particular, and it's something that people who are really into hydroplane races will know and be all into. But for the rest of us, I mean, it's not like the Blue Angels, which, by the way, I was curious if it was going to be a good show yesterday, and it
was it good?
It was great.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a bad Blue Angel show?
Well, I was worried because of the clouds,
low cloud cover.
Yeah, the low cloud cover, but it was fantastic.
Okay. All right. Well, I got 1 more minute here, G, and you were quite tickled by this story. But over in Denmark, there is a zoo who is calling for some very unique donations. Apparently, they have. You asked for this. You asked specifically. I take no responsibility. They asked people who want to get rid of their small pets if they would like to donate them to the zoo to feed to the predators. Gee, why would you even make me bring this up?
Because it's a story that I've never heard of. And I was actually shocked that this would happen in Denmark, because I could see something like this happening here in the United States. I'm shocked that I've never heard of something like this, but hey.
You can see it happening here?
For sure.
As much as we love our
head of Homeland Security.
There's a lot of things going on here. Anyways, but I thought, wow. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up, because there's just certain topics that we talk about. When I know I say this all the time. I was like, ooh, that's a story that I've never heard. You've never even seen that in a plot in a movie. Hey, everybody, listen, if you have some extra small pets, come on down to the zoo. Come on to the zoo and drop them off, and our predators that we have captive could have some food. And people were pulling up with little cats, little dogs, pulling up with them.
I guess my question is it really true that there's no such thing as bad publicity?
Oh, my God, that's just awful. And people were jumping at this.
I didn't say that.
By the way, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised. Which country is this?
Denmark.
Denmark? No way.
I know.
I'm surprised that animal rights activists aren't all over this. That's horrible.
Yeah. Well, now, I thought when you said Andrew Tate won, I thought you was talking about the Andrew Tate.
No, that guy's lost at everything in life.
Yeah, but he has an audience. And I learned something this weekend. Have you guys ever heard of manosphere? Manosphere?
Yeah. Yep.
And like how your algorithms can be showing you things like a Andrew Tate or a Joe Rogan. And I realized something over the weekend.
What's that?
A lot of my algorithms are that.
Oh, really?
It's because you follow sports content.
Anybody that follows sports content or gaming or it's you know what? Let's talk about it tomorrow, because it's something that I started to realize about myself, and I fell into a trap that I didn't know of. Coming up next, test messages, feedback, and Ursula's words to live by.
Hi, it's John Curley. Longevity Medical Clinic is your best plan for long-term well-being and personalized health care. Dr. Mixon, let me ask you a question. How long have some of your patients been working with you?
And we've got patients now that have been with us for over 20 years that are in their 90s who came to us in their 60s. The grandparents now in their 90s are living independently. They're not on walkers, they're not on canes, they're not headed for nursing homes.
I meet people and they ask about, wow, you're in great shape, you have 12% body fat and stuff. What's the secret? I said, it's not a secret. Longevity Medical Clinic has been there for 25 years. There is no secret to the fact that if you make those small changes, you avoid the big, bad, horrible stuff that most of us just think, well, this is what's supposed to happen to me.
And if you're heading downhill and you don't change your direction, you're going to continue going downhill. And what we do at Longevity is we redirect you and we take you back up the hill.
So get your free health analysis. Go to longevitymedicalclinic.com. That's longevitymedicalclinic.com.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
By texting 26022, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Tax Lien Code. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at taxliencode.com.
Imagine waking up and not needing to rush. No commute, no emails, no boss. Just coffee, sunlight, and the freedom to choose. That's the power of tax lien investing. It's been around for over 200 years, used by banks, hedge funds, and the wealthy. And now, finally, it's being taught right here in Seattle. It's secure, predictable, passive income backed by real estate and mandated by state law. And it pays you, sometimes 15 to 35% returns. You don't need to own property. You just need to see how it works and how to do it right. We've taught over 100,000 students, and we'll teach you for free at a live masterclass right here in Seattle. If you're ready to start building real wealth through tax lien investing, this is it. Text LEARN to 26022 to reserve your free seat. That's LEARN to 26022. But hurry, seats are limited. Text LEARN to 26022.
Hartley and Brent Wilcox talking about Wilcox Family Farms.
Dad, I've really enjoyed all the community events we've been doing. One question I get asked a lot is, how long has our family had the farm? When I tell them since 1909, they're surprised. Why do you think that is?
I imagine it's because that's a long time, and many farms have been bought by big corporations that put profits first.
Growing up on the farm, I feel like we put people and the well-being of our hens first.
We do, and as you know, free-range and mobile pasture hens have organic soil to forage and do what they naturally would do. This takes more time and money, but it's the right thing to do. It's better for the hens and makes for great tasting eggs.
I agree. Here is Mike to tell you where you can find locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs.
For fresh, local, pasture-raised, omega-3, hard-boiled, and other fresh eggs, choose Wilcox Family Farms. Look for Wilcox eggs at markets of choice, Whole Foods, and metropolitan markets. Wilcox Family Farms.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. Celebrate with payments as low as $125 a month. A beautiful bath installed in one day, no mess, and a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com today.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win a pregame sideline experience with G. Scott, plus 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs on August 15th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom of the right corner, and enter for your chance to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter on the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds. Do it every day, July 30th through August 4th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
It's Gee and Ursula. Now, Ursula, there's a text from Roger in UP. I'm actually shocked by this text. And Roger says, and I'm not even talking just to Ursula. I want to talk to everybody who listens to the show. This is what Roger says in the text. Seriously, I love you all, but I'll turn the show off all week if you're going to bring up birthday week during every segment. Now,
See, the first thing that Roger should know, and he should know since he's the day one dude, if you say that, Roger, she's going to do exactly that.
Roger, you should know better. You should know better. No, Roger, I promise you, I am literally going to bring it up every segment all week.
No.
Matter of fact, I might bring it up a little extra because you said it.
Ursula is the only non-contrarian on the show.
Yes.
What?
And in fact, Roger, just so you know, Chef had started with all the lovely things that people are saying about me. And I said, can we just pick one or two? And I said, please move it to the bottom of this segment.
I'm going to turn the show off if you bring up the birthday week all week.
Oh, no.
All right,
please
go ahead,
don't,
Ursula.
Please don't. Okay, we're going to start with, we were talking about bad Seattle stereotypes. Jason in Quilcene says, working in the market, talking about Pike Place Market, we get these questions all the time. I watch the news and where are the riots? They're always surprised by how beautiful and nice and safe it is here.
Nazi in Port Orchard says, the new waterfront is amazing.
It really is. It really is. And for them to choose to do the Seafair Torchlight Parade there on the waterfront was a beautiful way to get people to be aware of it.
Right.
Murray in Des Moines says, the big issue with Seattle is that everything is expensive. Did you, G, say that you paid $50 to park for 2 hours? It's true. It used to be $15 for the day. It is too expensive.
Yeah.
Parking, no.
What did you think the first time you came to Seattle? Deborah says, oh my goodness, the trees are so tall. From the San Francisco Bay Area, circa 1967.
And then Peter in Seattle says, I moved here from Missouri. First thing I noticed was how crazy all the plants are. It was kind of like being in a Dr. Seuss book.
Boomers had it the best. Ann from Kitsap says, boomers had it best? Financially? Very true. Now let's take a look at women's rights and the rights of people of color.
Good point.
Ooh.
Okay, if you missed that segment, though, that is the one segment I would suggest because Heather came in.
Oh, Heather.
Oh, my gosh. She was on fire. So that was at 10:30, right?
Yes.
So when you get a chance, check out the podcast and go to 10:30 because then you'll just kind of reminisce, too. Like, which generation did have it the worst and which one has had it the best?
Right.
Gen X had the best school lunch. Sarah in Ferndale says, I always thought it was funny that the square pizza had a sort of taco flavor to it. Not wrong.
Not wrong. When they said that, I was like, oh, that is true. Jeff at Bonnie Lake says, remember the ice cream scoop of mashed potatoes with some dark brown gravy on it?
And then you brought up McRibs, and Sandy in Olympia says, McRibs taste like canned meat, like Spam.
It is good, Sandy. It's good. Oh, shoot. We got to get to it. It's now time, Ursula, for your words to live by.
And I am going to say, I'm going to choose something that people had said about me as words to live by. Because Lori in Lakewood said, may each day this week and forever on be productive and peaceful with moments of lightheartedness and unexpected joy. And may the inevitable challenges that occur in anyone's life be not so daunting and manageable. I wish that for everybody.
Yeah.
Lori's a sweetheart.
She really is.
You know, I am that way. I do get a little weird when people start wishing me happy birthdays. And I think that the reason why I'm doing this right now is because I'm starting to change that because we should all celebrate another year of living. Like,
So
hey,
true.
You made it.
Yes.
You know
and
what
we
I'm
should
saying?
not be embarrassed
No.
of being in, a different age bracket.
Exactly.
It just comes with age, you know.
Yes.
All right, Nick, I'm
Just a
trying to
number.
guess your songs. What we got?
Well, what's the real Seattle that we've known for all these years? While the visitors still funnel through the markets and the piers, and from what my memory gives, it's all about the cleaner space where the water is more pure and air is cleaner near our place. And maybe boomers lost their love with what they knew before. Once their thicker, loving city now trimmed down to higher scores. Nothing wrong with whatever type you like either, but the boomers had their moment. It's time to step aside for the thinner-looking Seattle.
Step aside?
You had your time in the spotlight.
Hey.
All right.
I think we all just need to get along.
Okay, now, Nick, there's some that won't have a chance to be at the birthday party on Friday. So I think that you should give throughout the week some of the songs that you plan to play at the party.
Oh, yeah. A little sneak peek in the
cooking.
playlist. Okay.
You know,
I like that.
Just a little shopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm so trusting of Nick that I just said, you know what I like. I didn't even give you a playlist. I'm like, you know what I like.
Nick, is there a possibility that Earth, Wind, and Fire will be played?
That's undisputed, definitely.
And just remember, Earth, Wind, and Fire cover band, Wednesday, U Village.
Oh, shoot. Are you going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ursula. Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Chef, good to have you back, my bride. Good to have you back. That test sucked. Oh, hey, Nick, appreciate you, man.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Summer can be the best time of the year, but if it's not feeling good in your house, if it's turning into an oven,